Welcome to Roleplay Cafe, and we are back for our third or fourth session in
This will be a third. One
thir-
was a two-parter, but yes.
third session in 2061. Can't wait to get back to it. Donnie
Yeah.
is joining me.
Hey guys.
Jason's GMing, and here we go.
Sweet. Okay, so I just need one of you to roll 2d6, and we can look at our adventure seed to start this session.
Ladies first.
Okay, so 2d6 you said?
Yep.
I got a 4.
4. Okay. Let's see here. This could be dangerous.
She's dangerous,
Let me
lady.
highlight it. The lower or higher you roll, the more dangerous.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
the middle bell curve
Okay.
is the safer.
Okay, so this will be our seed. I'll introduce this somehow, some way. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we're going to start with Dell. So Dell, your character Langham, he has been held captive here for a few months by Crazy Joe Bojack. You've only seen Crazy Joe here at the Denver International Airport ruins once or twice in the last month or so, but he has kept you handcuffed to this because you are a pilot, and he's certain, absolutely, positively certain you can fly it and teach he and some of his colleagues to fly it. But first, you have to get it fixed. And he's had a little mechanic called JK that comes and goes, and he's been the chief mechanic. He's been not here for the last day or so. He went into town with a group of heaters, supposedly to a motorcycle shop.
Okay.
And you have been chained. Either you are chained to the helicopter as you work on it, or they chain you to an old engine block that you can't, so you couldn't run away. It's really heavy. You could drag it around.
Yeah.
And when they want you free to move away from that, then they chain your hands and your feet, and you can walk around like a prisoner. But they feed you fairly well, but it's cold. This is late September, and for Dell's, for your information, Dell, this is basically the day after Nash Renshaw's assault on Lazy J Ranch. Right now, your character wouldn't know that, but just so you know the time frame. Okay.
Yeah.
Right now, it is early morning. You are alone in a fenced area. They keep like a 10-foot fence up around the helicopter. Let me get a picture of the helicopter pulled up here too, real quick. I do have a pic of the helicopter. This will give you an idea of what I thought I did. Oh no, what did I do with it? Maybe I don't. Shoot. Okay, I don't have it. I must not have saved it. So no big deal. But it's a old two-man helicopter. It's not a big one. It's a little two-man helicopter, and you are chained to it. You have tools, and you're supposed to be working on it. Around you are roughly in the immediate camp are roughly 10 heaters. One is right outside your fenced area. He's cooking up breakfast. You got others that are walking around. They're kind of scattered. DIA is a large airport, large international airport. There is a terminal and the old towers, the old flight control towers, but you're not in that area. You're away out on a tarmac, quite a ways removed from the ruins of the airport. You're on the runway somewhere, right? And they've built a makeshift camp here, and it's fairly temporary. They put it together at the time they found this helicopter, and then somehow in your history they grabbed you and brought you here.
All right.
And that's how we'll start. Your character's up early, cold, and in this situation.
All right. I'm huddled over an area of the aircraft. I'm pushing down with a socket wrench. It slips and I bust my knuckles on a piece of metal. Son of a... Bring it up and take off the rat torn glove and look at it. Where in the hell is he at? How do they expect me to work on this thing with all these strip sockets? Son of a... And I almost throw the wrench, and I look over there and there's a heater off in the distance, and I pull myself. Son of a... I see them all huddled around that trash can fire over there, keeping warm. It's like the son of a bitch just could have put me a little closer. Where in the hell is he anyway?
Sarah, you have heard from Jugs a couple of days ago that Crazy Joe was supposed to be at DIA. You don't know why. Jugs doesn't know why. He just knows that's the last place he heard he would be. and of course your character ultimately wants revenge. Maybe is that a good assessment? Right. Don't forget now you're muted, so when you do want to talk.
Yes, sorry. That's a very good.
And you've spent a couple of days hiking out here, right? You had to leave Denver. You had to hike across country. DIA is removed from the city of Denver. It's in the foothills of the Rockies. And for the last day or so, you've been moving from ruined aircraft, like shells of old Boeings and old aircraft, moving through the ruins of this basically airplane graveyard, working toward DIA. And again, you can see in the terminus, you can see the towers. And as you approach, you're probably 150 yards on one of these runways from what appears to be a working camp to your left, about 150, 200 yards away. And you do see guys walking around. You do see a tent. You see some contraption there as you sneak in. Again, you probably haven't seen Crazy Joe in years. But you know what a heater looks like. They wear a colored ribbon tied to their arms. They crazy hairdos that are all colored, and they wear impromptu armor and bits and scraps of things. Right, they are the chief gang in this area.
So, is there a lot of like them walking around, or is it just like one stray person around?
You can see from this distance, you can make out about 3 or 4 on this side of the camp. It looks like there's one seated outside this fence, and again on the other side of the fence, it's like this contraption. With somebody in there, if you stay hunkered down here and watch, you begin to count heads, and you count about 8 or 9, maybe 10 of these guys moving around that camp. But they are up, they are awake, and they are moving about. And as you watch this, out of the corner of your eye, blazing past on what would have been an old road down this tarmac, bouncing, is an old truck with a tank on it, with a gas tank on it. And there's one guy driving it. And he zips by you at about 35, 45 miles an hour toward that little camp.
I want to stay back and I want to observe like what's going on with the truck.
Okay. These heaters, and you see this as well, Langham. As you look up, you hear this thing coming, this little truck. And as you look up, this thing's rumbling down. It's kicking up some dirt. And it slides to a stop. It takes a second for this thing to come to a complete stop. And it rocks. And these heaters all jump to their feet, grabbing weapons, etc., and they come headed toward that truck. And someone steps out of it, hands go in the air, and they all surround him, and he begins to talk to them. You can't make out what they're saying, but he's not a heater.
Yeah, I'm really interested. I walk a little bit closer, and then the chain that I'm tied to kind of pulls me short. I'm trying to listen. About how far away is this?
This is from you about 30 yards. From you, it's kind of 100. It's about 100 yards from you, Sarah, and Langham. It's about 30 yards from you.
Okay. Yeah, it's it's Langdon, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
But all right. I'm trying to this early mornings. I'm trying to listen as much as possible. I'm anticipating. Fire.
So you pick up yells, and you pick them up as they grab him and they kick his legs out from him, make him go to his knees. You see him take one arm under him and tighten it up. He stands up and he says, "No, really, Crazy Joe knows all about it. Crazy Joe knows all about it." And they're twisting his arm up behind his back.
Is it a tanker truck with gasohol?
Mm-hmm. And they manhandle him and pick him up off his feet, and they drag him over there. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out if Crazy Joe knows. We don't deal with outlanders. And you hear these guys saying this. They come over to the fence. They kick this. They unlock and with an old bolt the fence you're in the little area you're fenced in, and they push him in there with you, shut and lock it. And they say, "Thanks for the tanker trunk. No matter what. Thanks for the gasohol." And they turn. And again, Sarah, from your side of the runway. You're watching this, but you can't hear what they're saying. Right? You're about 90 yards, 100 yards away.
Son, you came to the wrong place. You didn't know this is Crazy Joe's compound?
He looks at you and spits, and he goes, "Of course I know it's Crazy Joe's compound. It's what you don't know. Who are you? Oh, you're the pilot, aren't you? Yeah. You're the pilot.
Damn right I'm
You
a
notice
pilot.
on his right arm, he's got a tattoo of Lazy J Ranch.
Okay.
He's an outlander. You know that from the fact that he's not tribally tagged, but he's got this
come out here from
tattoo.
the Lazy J? What brought
Yep.
you out here, man?
Oh, so that lunatic warden Nash Renshaw attacked us last night, and unbelievable. I have no idea whether anybody's left alive. I got the hell out of there.
Looks like you got out of there. Oh man! So nobody was left.
I don't know. I just drove the hell out and came here. Crazy Joe.
Well, hell, man! If there was anybody left, they'll be on their tail too. They'll be arriving soon.
Mm-hmm. The others now have kind of walking around. They've scattered out. Two of them climb into this truck, Donnie.
Okay.
They start it up and they drive it. Slightly off away from the camp. They're clearly getting it far enough away from the camp that if for some reason it blew up or something, it wouldn't wipe everybody at the camp out. So they're parking it maybe 30 yards away from the camp.
Okay.
On the opposite side. Yeah.
I want to go towards the truck. I want to try to sneak my way to find out more.
Okay, so give me a nimble check.
Okay.
Doesn't matter whether you pass or fail, but it'll give me a notion as to what's going on.
4.
Okay, that is a pass, I believe. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so you're low to the ground. Again, there's plenty of rubbish and where trees have grown up through the pavement. I mean, this is post-apocalyptic. So there's all kinds of ways to slink, hide, crouch. You work your way across. Now you're getting how close?
I want to get pretty close up.
To the truck or to the camp?
The truck.
Okay. So you arrive at the back side of the truck. Nobody appears to have seen you, and you hear these two guys in the cab that climbed in to drive it over. They're laughing and talking about that stupid Outlander. He just literally delivered us gasoline for all of our vehicles. What a dummy! They're laughing about this guy that just drove in.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy Joe, I don't think he knows anything about it. He's going to be thrilled that we got this truck like that. So you can hear them talking in the cab. There's no windows in the cab. There's hardly any windows left in the world, really.
So they're still in the truck, right? And I'm behind the truck.
Yep. You're on the corner. You're on the passenger side back corner of the truck, which is also blocking you from the view of the camp. Right,
Okay.
so the people at the camp can't see you with the truck between you, right?
Okay. I kind of want to hide in that area until they leave.
Okay, so you want to look for another place to hide. Okay, so
Yes,
belly crawl. You want to belly crawl over to some rubbish or something and hide?
Yeah.
Okay. They talk a little bit more, and they're sitting in the cab. Obviously, they're having, they're comfortable in the cab of this truck.
Mhm.
Okay, Langdon. This guy walks around this contraption and says, "What is this? What are you working on here?"
You never mind. This is something for Crazy Joe. You came out here running scared from some warden
Yeah.
straight into the jaws of Crazy Joe. And don't tell me
Yeah,
you
but-
know him, Bo. If you came out here and they threw you in this pen with me, you're up shit
Yep.
creek.
Listen,
You're
you're not a
SOL.
heater. You're not a heater, right? You're not a heater. Look at you. You're chained up. Let me tell you.
What the hell?
Crazy-
You're not either, Bo. You're an outlander.
That's right. And what you don't know about Crazy Joe's plans with us Outlanders, the heaters don't know either. And he winks at you.
Shit, his plan is to be in here with me. They threw your ass in here with me.
Well, that's because they don't trust what I told them about my relationship to Crazy Joe. They're going to find out. Crazy Joe's going to be mad as hell when he gets here and sees they've locked me in here with you.
Shit, don't you count on it. And I got this socket in my socket wrench, right?
Mhm.
Kind of loose to my side.
Mhm.
I'm looking around. Is there a acetylene tank or anything, a torch?
Yep.
That's in there?
Yep.
Oh, this
Yep.
is perfect. All right.
Yep.
You want to see what this is? This is something Crazy Joe wants me to fix up.
Yeah, he walks
You already know
over
I'm a
looking at.
pilot. This is a flying contraption.
Oh, flying. What do you mean?
Yeah, come over here and look, man. Look on the inside.
Yeah, he walks over, looking in. He puts one foot in the cockpit, slides
Crazy
slides
Joe's got
in.
this, and then I swing that that socket wrench on the back of his head.
Okay.
He looks in. All right.
Yes, sir. Braun.
Yeah. Okay. Braun is 4+. I rolled a 3, so this is not. a strike.
Okay. Just one die 6, right?
Yeah, I just rolled a 3 on the 1d6.
Oh yeah, yeah. And what is your brawn?
It's 4+.
Okay, so you hit him, and he's stunned, but it doesn't cause a wound. He's
Okay.
like, "Oh, what the hell are you doing?" And he starts to yell, and he starts to try to get out of this, but you're between him and he's in the cockpit trying to get out now while you're.
Okay, I'm trying to muffle the sound and block his body and still smack him again. All right.
Yeah, he tries to push you away and fails miserably, trying to push you out of the way.
Okay. Again.
So Donnie, you might hear a little racket. You peek up and you can see the two over in the fence by the contraption are scuffling around. A couple of the heaters appear to notice, and they stand up from their buckets, etc. And they look in and they're watching you two scrap, and they're kind of laughing. They start actually walking around the edges of the fence to get a better view of this fight between you two. They're seeing this as free entertainment.
Yeah, it's fine. I just rolled a
So
6.
you rolled to hit him again?
Yeah, I rolled a 6.
Okay,
So, question. So at this point, the two that were in the
they aren't even aware of
on
what's
the-
happening. They haven't heard it. So they're just sitting there. They're just sitting there talking again. They haven't seen it or heard it. They're 30
Okay.
yards away because you have kind of a view of the camp and the truck. They don't appear to have even know what's going on. And there's about 6 or 7 other heaters that have surrounded the fence line just watching this fight. This shot puts him down. This shot, you hit him with this, and it out cold puts him down. We can call him dead or out cold. It's up to you.
He's
You
just
want to
out
kill him
cold.
or-
I smack him. He falls into there. I'm leaning over
Yep.
him like that, and I pull up and say, "You're not special. You're near like a caged animal."
Mhm.
You're-
And they, all the
I
heaters
pull
go,
him out.
oh, they all laugh.
I pull him out and kind of like dump him on
pilot
the
kicked
side.
that guy's butt.
Yeah.
You throw him out of the.
Yeah, I pull him
copter?
out and drop him to the side.
Nice.
I said, come get your man. Keep him out of my cage.
They're laughing. Look at that. Look what he did to that foolish Outlander. And one of them says,
Crazy
Copeland,
Joe's gonna be pissed if y'all stop me from
Copeland, go
working.
in there and teach that pilot a lesson. Nobody beats up our prisoners, not even other prisoners.
Crazy Joe's gonna be pissed when you keep me from working.
Yep. And so this
Gate's
big guy
already late.
comes around and they unlock the gate. They let it swing open.
Okay,
You
I'm
don't
still
see if they
chained.
relock the gate, but this big guy who they call Copeland comes in and he's lunging over there going, "So, pilot, you looking for a little playtime, are you?" And again, Donnie, you see this big guy go into the fence. They shut the gate, and the others again are scatter back out so they can get a good view of this fight. The two in the cab now look up and lean and say, "Wait a second, there's something going down!" And they jump out and they run around to the fence, over to the fence, watching this.
You're gonna be.
All right, so
Go ahead.
so as they're kind of distracted, is there a way for me now to maneuver myself to get where I can be farther enough away to get a shot on that tank of fuel? Or is it am I too like close to it right now?
Your instincts tell you can't tell if it's full. So if it's full, you might be too close. But you could certainly belly crawl backwards farther away. But your instincts tell you if that thing is full of gas, you may be too close to it
All right.
from where you're at right now. Yeah.
All right, so I figured they're kind of distracted, so I'm going to get out of my location and
Okay.
back up. But I
Okay.
want to kind of be close and like where I can see the barrel.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. You just want to get farther away so you don't
Yeah.
get blown up.
So I don't get blown up.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. So this Copeland guy's cracking knuckles. Big guy's coming over to you saying, I'll give you better than that.
You better think
That
twice,
pathetic
big boy.
Outlander.
I gave y'all enough entertainment. Get him out of my damn cage. You're gonna be the shit on the end of Crazy Joe's stick. You
He
frack with me.
he stops and he looks at the Outlander. He goes, "Not till you've been taught a lesson, pilot." And he comes scrambling over, swinging. Right?
Okay.
5. He clocks you pretty good with a right hook. That's one wound. Right?
All right. Well,
Okay.
in the meantime, even though he's clocking me, what I was doing was dropping and taking the chain and try
Yes.
to trip him up with it. All right.
Nice. So brawn, make a brawn roll. You're going to try to grapple him with it?
4. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to check
So,
out with it.
so he hits you, but you're able to get this train around him,
Yeah.
right?
And I'm pulling like
he's
a mofo.
he's so strong. He stands up with you basically hanging on
That's
his
all right.
back
That's all right.
with his chain. Okay, and he took a wound for that hit, right? Let me double check my bestiary.
I got 4 wounds.
Where's my? There it is. He takes.
Love wound systems.
Okay, yeah, so do I. So do I. Okay, so he took a wound from that. You've got him by the neck with his chain. He's standing
They're
up.
all cheering.
Now,
probably.
Donnie, so that on this turn, he's punched him and hooked them, and everybody's cheering. They're like, Copeland's going to teach him a lesson. All right, Donnie, it is you now have got this thing in your sights.
All right. I want to go ahead and take my shot if I'm far enough, because where I want to be is far enough to not get blown up.
Okay,
Right.
yep, that's not a problem. And you don't have to roll. This is a big enough target from here. You can hit it. But what we will do is roll 3 dice 6 and see what the radius is of this.
All right.
Right.
So you said 3d6. Is that
Yes.
something I'm going to roll or you're going to roll?
You're going to roll it 3 dice 6, and we'll multiply this by 3 to see what the radius is.
All right.
Because it's 30 yards from
11
the camp.
is what I rolled.
11?
Mm-hmm.
So 33 yards. Okay, so 2 of these heaters, it explodes. Huge ball of flames. You feel it, Donnie, but you're not, or Sarah, but you're not wounded by it. But you dirt and stuff flies in your face. You see 2 of these heaters. The fence that that encircles your helicopter is not down. So the force hits these 2 heaters that came out of the truck, and it blows them into the fence, and the fence scoots into the propeller of the helicopter. And all these heaters are knocked down. They're rolling. They're running and screaming. They don't know what's happened. Copeland, of course, spins around, and this chain hits the back of this chain. The fence hits the back of the helicopter, and he's going to try. So let's roll initiative here. No, actually, let's not. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm on his
Dale,
back
there
like
is no
this,
initiative.
but I got the chain wrapped around his neck. But what I'm doing instead of using my brawn is I'm going to pivot myself in a circle, move to tighten that chain around his neck, to twist it, basically.
Okay.
All right.
So you're gonna you want to choke him, right?
Yeah, I'm just my whole body. I'm gonna turn it.
Okay. He's gonna try to pull it off his head. That's what he's doing. And Donnie,
good
what are
luck
you
with
doing?
that.
Then we're gonna roll initiative. What are you doing?
I want to get out of Dodge. So I want to go to, because that's the first spot they're going to come to. So I'm going to go and try to get back to where those helicopter pieces were at.
Okay.
Like,
So you're making a run for
Yeah.
the okay.
Run
So
for
let's
the
make a
border.
nimble check as you sprint, right?
I got a 1.
Okay. You
You
do hear some yells and barks as some of these heaters that weren't killed. 2 of the heaters were killed, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the explosion, there are anywhere from 5 to 7 left. You do hear a couple of yells, and you see 2 of the heaters make chase towards you, Donnie, as you're running for these ruined helicopters and airplanes. Okay. All right, now let's roll initiative. Everybody needs to make a nimble check. If you succeed, you get to go before the bad guys. If you fail, you go after the bad guys. That's
All
how
right,
it works.
I got 3.
Okay, so I believe you're going, Sarah. You're going for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
First, and you rolled, Del.
Yeah, I rolled a 1. I failed.
Okay, so you're going to go after this guy. So your choke may be negated by him pulling this chain off. So he's going to try to pull the chain off. He does not. You've got it tight enough. He tries to pull it
He's
off.
trying to
and
pull
can't.
back, and I'm leaning back like that, and that's
Right.
when I'll try to twist the chain.
Okay, so
Take
make
his
one
head
more
off.
brawn check to add
Would
enough
that be
damage.
nimble? Because you understand what I'm doing.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you
I'm
can
just
use nimble.
swinging my legs over.
Yep. You can use nimble.
All right, 4. Got it either way. Yep.
Okay, you choke him out. Again, if you want to, you can define this as a death or unconsciousness. But you choke him out. He drops to his knees. His arms go light. You realize now he is not fighting. He's limp, and he's down. You hear these heaters yelling and screaming as they make chase out of your line of sight. And Donnie, it is your go before the heaters.
I want to. All right. So how far am I from a helicopter shell?
let's see here. Let's see. You moved down to 30 yards. Yeah, you're about 70 yards. It would take you. You can take 2 actions and cover 80. I think the rule book says.
I wanna go
You're
ahead.
about, what did I say, 70 yards. Yard is 100. So it would take you 4 turns to get there.
All right.
4 actions. Excuse me, 4 actions.
So I want to go ahead and how close are they to me?
They are 40 yards, so they are 80 feet. So in 2 actions, if you're not running from them, they'll be right on top of you. So you'll want to keep distance, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep running for the.
Okay. You want to so in 4 actions, which is 2 turns, you will
Correct.
get to these ruins. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They're just making chase. So again, Del, as you stand over this body, you look up, you see all the heaters now have seen that they're chasing somebody, and they're all running. They haven't even stopped to recognize you've.
Okay, when I hit the ground, I'm on top of him. I've already twisted that chain tighter around his neck just by my body motion, and I look down.
Right.
I'm out to roll to see if it killed him or not, because that's out of my hands, all right?
Sure.
All right, it did not kill him.
So he's unconscious.
He's unconscious. It would have rolled, 1 to 3.
Okay.
I was going to have a death, but nevertheless, I'm not.
And the Outlander's
I'm
unconscious.
looking
So we
around,
got-
and this tanker truck is blown up. I know it's shifted.
Yep.
Hopefully, Numbnuts came in there and left the door open when his buddies was yelling at him. Okay.
Yep.
So I've untwist the chain basically,
Yep.
and
And
pull
2
it-
heaters.
pull it
Remember,
up.
the fence was shoved into the back propellers, and 2 heaters are hung in the fence dead, right?
Yeah. Well, that
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I look at them and they're just kind of like that, still wafting in the breeze. The breeze. Now I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna roll to find out how far away that acetylene torch is, because I got to pull this engine block over to it. Okay.
Yep.
So 2D.
Yeah. I mean, this fence was
Small
only.
area.
Yeah, it was basically the propeller length. So it was 30 feet in diameter. So you could get to the acetylene torch pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to pull this
It's on
engine block. So it's a brawn check to drag this
Yeah, I
engine
just
block
rolled a
over.
4. That's what I'm saying. I got to pull I let him go, kick him off,
Okay.
and look around and start pulling that engine block over there to the torch.
Yep.
And the little flint that's hanging there, I'll turn it on and
Okay.
start it. And I'm looking around nervously. All the flames are up from that truck.
Right.
And I start
Yep.
cutting it. Shouldn't take me that long. All right.
Okay.
As far as the
Yep.
chain that they got me to the engine block.
Okay.
As soon as that's done, I'm gonna hightail it. What? Well, let's just say when it's done.
And you can see all these heaters about 50 yards from me. They're chasing some lone person off in the distance, right? So you can see
That's
this
just
happening,
away from me. That's all the better.
right?
So
So it'll take you,
Okay.
about a turn or 2 to cut through this chain.
now, that's fine. Do I know if this thing's working?
Yes, this torch.
No, I know the torch is working, but the the helicopter.
No, that's what you've been. That's what the priority has been getting it where it will at least start. So you guys have been.
Let
you
me
and
know
Jake
when that
have been
chain
trying to
breaks.
rebuild the
Okay,
engine. Right.
a turn or 2.
Okay. So you're cutting this chain loose, basically. All right. You reach this wreckage. What do you want to do? You're in this wreckage. You can certainly obscure yourself from their vision as they're chasing across the runway. You
Yeah.
now, as you glance back, you can count for sure there are 5. There are 5 chasing you.
So I want to kind of make a cover, but be able to shoot out at them
Okay.
as
Yep.
they're coming out.
And
That's
they
what I
need
want.
they need 2 actions. Let's see here. They needed 2 actions to get to you plus you. So they're going to need a turn and a half. So you can get 2 shots off before
Okay.
any of them arrive. So do you want to do that?
Yes.
Okay. So shot 1.
All right. I got a 6.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. They can take how many again? Let me double check my. Okay. So one of them spins around. He's hit. He's wounded. He spins around and stumbles. He drops to a knee, holding his chest like, holy cow, she just shot me. You have another shot on another heater.
Okay. I got a 4 that time. So it's my nimble that matters, right?
Yes, and that hit. Yep.
Oh, so,
now, do you want to put it in the guy you already wounded, or do you want to put it in another one?
Put it in another one.
Okay, so we got 2. So he spins around, and falls to the ground, rolling. He's still alive. You can see him wailing and holding a bullet hole you just put in him. The other 3 stop and kind of look at their buddies and tap them to see. They look up, and they're content to keep coming. So those 3 then start coming, right? So now we're going to roll initiative because they can potentially get to you before you get another shot off, right?
Okay.
And then we'll go back to Dell in a minute. But let's do this initiative. You roll.
3.
I don't roll.
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
So you go first. So you can move and shoot, or you can shoot and reload, hide, whatever you want to do. But you get 2 actions in this turn.
So to shoot, I have to reload. So I'm gonna reload.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna shoot another one of them that's coming at me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Nice.
4.
Whoo! So you're just popping these guys. This guy gets hit in the hip. Oh, and he head over tails. And the other 2 that are still running stop, and they now realize that you're a dead shot, and they start looking for cover, and they dive behind rubble and junk and old airplane parts, while these other 3 are writhing on the ground. They're crawling to cover, these other 3. So you've bought yourself some time as they basically are abandoning the chase.
Okay.
All right. So Langdon, I'm sorry. We'll come back to you in a second, Sarah. All right, Langdon, you have cut this chain.
Okay, the chain comes loose. I look at that door that's kind of bouncing open in the chain link fence and almost go for it, and I stop and look around and I pick up that acetylene and then put it on my shoulder with a torch, and I run over there. I'm going to shove it in either between the gas tank and the engine part of this or in the control module, whatever's best.
Okay.
Pin me, and you son of a... And I'm shoving it right in there.
Yeah.
And I light it, and I set it to where it's blowing back on itself on the hose pipe.
Oh,
to where the opening is.
Nice.
I strike it, and I set it on there, and where it pinches it in and keeps it lit. And on there, then I take off running, but I need to run fast.
Yeah, nimble. You got to make a nimble check.
Yeah.
Yep. See if you can get far enough away before you blow this helicopter.
I'm running, trying to make it out that gate. Yeah. Okay, nimble is 3+, and I got a 3. So.
Okay. Woo! So you hit the gate. The gate luckily wasn't locked. It breaks open. You sprint past this burning wreckage of a gas tank, and boom! Behind you, you hear this blow. I'll roll to see what
stumbling steps forward.
This won't be as big a radius because it's not gasoline, so to speak. So it blows at about 18 yards, which is 30 feet. So you can easily move 80 feet in 2 actions. So you got far enough away. Okay. All right. But you hear it blow. You hear pieces of it.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, Sarah, as you pop a couple of these guys, you see the helicopter explode over in the fenced area, right? Mm-hmm. And you see these guys drop, and they're all trying to get away from you, and they're trying to hide. And you see this guy running up the runway, Langdon.
So I want to. Do I know the direction of where they jumped in to hide?
Yeah, I mean they're just in cover, so it'd just make it harder for you to shoot them. It'd be a -1 to your shot if you wanted to shoot. But they're all. I mean, you know where they're all at. They all crawled under whatever they could, behind whatever they could. It's of course 3 of them are actually wounded.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and shoot in the direction of one of them.
Okay. All right. One of the injured ones or one of the new ones?
No, one of the good ones. The ones that aren't been hit.
Okay.
I got a 4, but it's -1, right? So it's a 3, right?
So that still counts, I believe. Yep.
Okay.
How? Okay, so he's poking his head out. And, you hit him in the shoulder. You hear him scream out, and he slides down, and he starts yelling to his friends, Jesus, she's a sure shot. Jesus, my God, what are we going to do? And you now see them on their bellies crawling toward the burning wreckage and back toward their camp that's been decimated by 2 explosions. They're actually trying to get farther away from you, Donnie. All of them are.
So at this point, I want to kind of exit, and when they got shot and all, I assume that there's some form of arm. So I want to start kind of running up on one of them that's injured to see if I can snag him to, like, get any, like, stuff off of him, because I'm down to 7 rounds.
Okay. Awesome. So as you run up on this guy and you roll him over, stick your, I'm assuming you're stick your gun in his forehead or something. He's sweating, he's bleeding, he starts whimpering, "No, God, no, don't kill me, no, don't kill me." And then as you pat him down, you find he's got a club. You find he's got like a switchblade. He is not wearing armor of any kind. Most of these heaters aren't wearing actual armor. He doesn't have any ammunition, but he does have a couple of cans of food of some kind. You don't know what kind of food it is. Again, they're old pre-reset canned food. He has a little bit of what they might refer to as heater cigarettes. They're rolled and made by the heaters. You don't know what they smoke, but these are cigarettes. But he doesn't have any ammunition, no weapon like that on him. The others see the other ones that are crawling, wounded. They get up and they're trying to run. They're limping away, running. The other one that's not wounded at all is sprinting now for the helicopter, which is blown up. They pass Langdon, literally, as Langdon runs by them, right? They are at this point, they're terrified for their lives. They don't even know if there's a whole army of you blowing up stuff, right?
Okay, well, go ahead.
I was just going to go ahead and take his own switchblade and kind of finish him off.
Okay, so down. Yeah, I mean, you're looking for revenge, right?
Yes, exactly. And as I go to kill him, I go, "You should have thought about it before you join Crazy Joe's gang."
Yeah, nice. That's awesome. All right, so you put him down. The other two, everybody's up and running. The ones that are wounded just don't run. They run at about half their speed. Mm-hmm. The one that's totally healthy is full speed away from you. And we'll go to Langdon as you pass these guys. Right, running. I'm assuming toward the terminus.
After I got past that, I stopped. I know I acted quickly. They're dealing with some crap over there. I don't want to go where that crazy warden is, but he's giving me an out here. So I'm looking at. I'm looking. I stop and look around for any kind of vehicles. Where do they keep the vehicles? Is there a compound over there?
Yeah, they park a buggy and 2 motorcycles under the terminus ruins.
Okay.
At least that's where you've watched them park vehicles in the last couple of weeks.
Exactly. So I take off there as quick as I can while they're dealing with this warden.
Okay.
So.
Anyway, and as you, Sarah, as you finish this guy off and stand up watching them run away, you see Langdon beelining by you toward the terminus.
I follow him because I want to know who he is.
Okay. So out of the corner of your eye, Langdon, you see this chick with a gun chasing you.
Okay, no, I'm running.
Right?
I mean, I think it's the warden. You know, the dude is whatever. So it's just
locations for running near you.
Oh, awesome! God, help me. Anyway, awesome. I'm just trying to get to the terminal. Okay, so that's all I'm doing.
All right, so as you guys race to the terminal, I'm going to roll up. I'm going to roll another random seed to see what else. That, by the way, was the first random seed you rolled, Donnie.
That's awesome.
Right, so what started that whole thing was your 4 roll. So I just rolled 9. Okay, this will be harder to do here. So I'll have to figure this out because it's in relationship to the camp. So that's interesting. I've got to come up with a way to make this work, right? Based on the chaos you two have just created. Awesome. Okay. So that's not too bad. All right. So as you arrive in under this terminus and you see the 2 bikes and the doom buggy, she's hot on your heels. And you hear coming in the distance up the road from Denver. this would be the same direction that this tanker truck came. You hear a vehicle. You hear a vehicle coming.
All I
And you
know
know
is
that-
I got to get one of these things needs to work so I can get the hell out of here. So I'm going along and looking in there for keys, looking
Yep.
on the wall for keys,
Yep.
jumping on there trying to
So
crack the
make
bikes.
a mind check for that,
Okay.
and you make a nimble check to see if you catch him while he's looking for these keys and things. Donnie.
Okay. Mine, I got it. 5.
Okay, so you find the keys as she enters the garage. So you're standing there with the keys, looking at her as she comes into the garage.
Whoa, Warden. And I say, because you've obviously got a weapon, right?
Yeah.
And you've been popping off these people. And then I stop and I go, Warden?
I point the gun and I simply go, you tell me exactly how you feel about Joe. Just like that.
Joe? That mother had me locked in the pen over there, fixing his stinking helicopter that I just blew to smithereens.
Oh, that was you? And I kind of calmly, slowly put back there and I go, I don't trust you, but
Are we
if you
good
believe
now?
that-
All I want to do is get the hell out of here.
if you follow my lead, and listen to me, I will not do what I did to those other men.
That's good. I just want to get the hell out of it. Can't you hear them coming? They're coming
Yeah,
now.
and as you say that, it drives by the garage, headed for the burning camp, which is about 100
Okay, and I
yards from you,
stop
and
and I
it
look and I
slides
go-
to a stop. You see
They don't see
4
us.
get out of this Jeep, and 2 drop off the top. There's 6 heaters climb out. One of them appears to have a rifle, and they all run over to see what the hell's happened to their camp. And they're about 100 yards now. They went right by you. They weren't even looking for you, right? But they're looking around at this wreckage.
Okay, I got these keys in my hand. They didn't see us. They don't know we're here. Okay, how many keys do I have? Because at this point in time,
There's what, 2 motorcycles
2
and a
motorcycles
buggy?
and a buggy.
Yep,
And I
and a
look
buggy.
at you and I toss you keys to one of the, to one of the motorcycles or whatever.
All right,
Okay.
so I started.
So let's
Okay.
make a mind check as you to see how quickly you figure out which keys these go to. Meanwhile,
4.
they look over and they see you guys checking to see which keys this starts.
Okay, they can do that. I look at you and I go, I grab the other, it'll be faster on these bikes. And I grab that, hold up my hand for the switchblades you got, right?
Mhm.
All right, and I'm going over there and starting to stab the tires out on this buggy. All right,
Oh,
let's get
nice.
let's get the hell
Yeah,
out
the
of here.
keys fit in the buggy, right? And so the he's put out the tires, but you do know the keys work the buggy. And
Okay.
they're climbing back in the Jeep now, yelling in your direction. And let's make a nimble check real quick. See if you guys get a chance to move before.
6.
So you see the Jeep turning,
I do
and
not.
the guy with the rifle is standing up in the Jeep, and he's taking an aim on one of you. You can't tell from here who, but he's aiming his rifle at you. But you
Okay.
get to go first.
So I rolled a 6.
I rolled
Yep.
a 1, which is disastrous because I was screwing around because I'm breaking that key off in the
Right.
ignition of the buggy.
Right.
All right, and then
Okay.
So as I go to look at the guy with the rifle, I ask him, I'm like, can you get these motorcycles going within the next few seconds?
Right.
I look up from the inside the buggy. I'm like, yeah, I got to make sure they don't follow us. And I hop out and run over there, and I'm starting to crank that sucker. Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right.
But I want to take
that
a
was
shot.
yeah. Go ahead. So shoot at the guy with the rifle.
Yes, the one.
Okay. Now
that-
this is a moving target at 100 yards, so -1 from your roll.
all right. I rolled a 1.
Ooh. All right. So you steady. And bang, pistols are inaccurate at range anyway, right? Not very easy to shoot
What?
at range.
I'm sure all the heat waves are distorting her.
Yes.
view.
I can't. Hold on. I dropped my lone D6. Hold on.
He's
In
only
all
got
of this
one in the whole
excitement.
house.
I figure it's worth a shot. I mean, my dice have been rolling great tonight. Might as well, take that shot.
Holy cow. I hate to lose it and my dog find it and choke on it. Okay. I've got a lot of D6s here, but I can't afford to forget it. Okay. All right. So he's taking aim. Same thing. He has a minus to hit. And you hear the recoil of the rifle, and it hits the side of this terminus as you sir then pop this motorcycle to life. Right.
Okay.
Yep. And they're coming. We're gonna have a little chase. It looks like
What are you
here,
waiting
maybe.
on?
All right, I jump on the back.
Okay.
On the back of my bike?
Yes.
Go.
Oh, I mean, there's another bike there, right? There's two bikes. You're looking at me and you're straddling on or whatever, and I say,
Yes. I said go.
"What the hell?"
The Jeep is now about 50 yards, and he's shot another bullet into the side of this terminus.
Okay, ting, and then I hit it, and kind of
Okay.
halfway kick out, gravel, and pull up, do a small wheelie, and then we'll pull out.
All right. So here's what we're going to do for a chase. Driving is nimble. Okay, we do have actually ship rules in this.
Okay.
However, all I'm most concerned about is your nimble tests for driving. But here's what we're going to do. You are going to navigate, sir, where you're taking this bike. And by doing so, if you succeed your nimble test, you'll create a difficulty for the Jeep to follow. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. We're just like
So you
leaping the
could
gap,
narrate.
basically.
You could narrate that you're on a straight road, no big test. You're just going, right? And if they make a nimble test unchecked, they can catch up to you. But if you want to put burdens in their way, you need to make tests to increase those burdens.
Oh yeah, correct. Well,
Okay.
first of all, we're on that runway, so I'm hitting
Yep.
there, but I'm trying to get to an area to where I know Denver proper is,
Yep.
and get there as quick as I can through as many obstacles as I can. But
Okay.
first, and I do have a question because I got an automatic piloting nimble check success.
Yep.
So I want to see if I can leverage that in a way of at least, since I'm piloting this,
Yes,
vehicle.
you are. It's the same thing. You're a driver pilot. Yep. So you're piloting. What does it say for pilots? What is their special? They get to one time a day. They get to
per level.
they get to automatically succeed at a nimble one time a day. So yeah, you're gonna leverage your actual skill of pilot to create distance.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get out of there, out of the gate quick, and let
Okay.
them kind of catch up and get to the area where I can.
Okay, so you don't want to roll on this. You want to take an automatic
Correct.
for this. Okay, so that's automatically going to put them. If they, okay, so you pill out despite her holding onto the back, right? Adding weight to this bike, you are able to maneuver in such a way that you beat them to the
That's what I was
to the
worried
main
about,
thoroughfare out of the airport, right?
Yeah.
They are still making chase.
Yeah.
Now roll a nimble check for me, Donnie. This is as he's shooting at you, you can maybe shoot back if you want to.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Yes. I roll a 6.
Boom.
Why
Okay,
can't I roll
you
that
go.
6
So
when
you
shot
go
that the
first.
time?
Make a nimble check,
right.
Langdon, as to if you drive before they drive.
I got a 6 as well. Boom.
Okay, so you two are going to get to go before they go. So you're going to have a chance to create an obstacle for them, and of course, Donnie, you can get a shot off first if you want. Remember, though,
Yeah.
moving on the bike is a -1, so
Yeah.
remember it's going to affect your score. Yep.
So I got to
And
get a
who?
4
The guy
higher.
shooting, or the guy driving, or who?
I'm shooting at the tire. I want to shoot at the tire.
Ooh, nice. Okay, if you hit it, they have to make a nimble check.
All right. 3. No.
Okay, so ammunition comes off. Their guy, go ahead, Langdon. You
I
can.
feel her twisted behind me and shooting back.
Right.
Shoot the driver! Shoot the driver! And I hit up to where the pavement ends at the wilderness area, or through the
Yep.
trees and the rocky outcroppings, and
Nice.
I'm trying to whip my way. Now she's going to be on the back, and she's
Yep.
twisting, so this probably should be a negative to even my nimble
Yep.
checks.
Yep.
Right?
So you just need to make the check with a negative, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no, that would have made it with the negative.
Okay. So you don't wreck. It just means you don't create a harder thing for them. That's all. So you're still
Yeah,
going.
I'm
You don't
kinda
wreck
just
or anything.
slowing around there, but we're not getting away from them.
Right. And they just get to make their nimble check
Yeah.
without difficulty.
Yeah, we're
right?
just closing the gap or following it.
They don't appear to be gaining much ground, though. I mean, they're still in pursuit, but you appear to be just keeping your distance on them. Okay, and again,
You
we're going to
keep
stick with the
still.
same initiative. Same initiative. So, Donnie,
I want to take another shot. I'm
Okay.
going to listen to my driver's advice and aim for the driver this time.
okay.
2.
Oh, ping! And
I'm like, will you keep still? And I'm trying to work around outcroppings. I just can't build up speed.
right,
Lean
right.
into the turn. I roll a 6.
Oh, nice. So that means they have to roll a 6 just to stay with you.
Good.
No. So you find a spot, you get up over a
Yeah.
ridge, into the off road, into the trees and dirt,
Well, yeah, baby,
and
yeah.
you see them pull up and stop there where they can't navigate into this territory.
Okay.
And you guys are up the hill and off into the woods.
No,
And
we're
they're,
up the hill, and I look down. I kind of stop at the bridge of the hill and look down, right? Because they're just stopped there, right?
Yep. They can't pursue. Yeah.
And I'm like, and then we turn around, and then I hit down the hill, okay?
And a rifle shot. You hear a rifle shot, but you don't get.
Okay.
Ooh, guy takes a pot shot at you. All right, so where are you going? You've eluded these guys. You've escaped captivity. Fascinating. So where are you headed?
Oh, Crazy Joe's going to love it when he finds this helicopter's a piece of shit on the runway. And I'm kind of cackling to myself and driving like that as I go through.
I tell him we need to find ammo. I've got to go and hunt down some ammo.
What, we need to get the hell away. And then after a little while, I say, what's your name anyway? After I get that euphoria of
That
escape.
will be disclosed when I finally figure out if I can trust you.
Oh, hell, babe, I just saved your life. And then
What I
and I
said
keep
is,
going.
I think I saved your life when I blew up that truck, distracting them.
Nice.
I had a plan to get out of there. Hell, I thought you was the warden. Oh boy, it's telling me about some crazy ass warden that ran him out of the Lazy J.
Yeah,
I'd
no.
like to meet that ass.
I have great disdain for Joe, and that's all you need to know. If you can help me on my mission to kill him,
Well, babe, we're two fish in the same pond. I'm with you.
So my name's Sarah.
Sarah. Nice to meet you, Sarah. Name's Langdon.
Nice to meet you.
Langdon. Excuse me. And anyway,
Nice to
I
meet
turn around and kind of look off. Denver? And then head off.
Right.
Now, you would know Jugs.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
He's a traitor. Just letting you know that. Okay? So
Yep.
as far as ammo and everything.
Right. Yeah, the Langdon may not be at all from this area, right?
I
who
have no
knows?
clue
But
about him, yeah.
definitely Sarah knows that little village, and she knows Jugs.
And so just to let you know, I was writing down everything that one dude had. I have kind of the stuff on me
Yep.
because I'm thinking I'm going to trade it for some ammo.
Nice.
That's my thought process.
Good.
Okay, so it's going to take you a couple of days, about a day, almost a full 10 hours in this old bike through this bad, vegetation, staying away from the outcroppings and city limits. It takes you about 10 hours. As night is fall, it's probably it's now about 5 or 6 in the afternoon, and the sun's going down, and you come to a rise on the bike. You're both tired and sweaty, and you can see now the little village, which of course is where Jugs resides. It's where the warden's office is supposed to be, right? You're in District 27.
Okay.
But you now can see you're a quarter of a mile from this little village, this cargo village.
Okay.
Okay.
So I get down the hill and I'm putting along. I'm not. You'll see me when we're nearing it. Okay, Jason. Should I roll this, or whether or not I got along with J.K. or I just endured him?
I think that could be up. That could be up to you. I mean, you would know Langdon. Do you think Langdon would have liked J.K.?
Well, let me roll.
Okay.
All right. So 1, 2, 3. I
Yeah.
like him, and 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
He's indifferent to me.
Right.
Okay, I like him.
Okay.
Okay, I know he's been going into town, all right? Toward the heater thing. I say, JK's going to be surprised when he gets back there. I know, I should tell that, I should tell him about it, though. They might lock his ass up. And, it's not even his fault.
Mm-mm.
So, where you headed? Where you want me to drop you off?
I tell you what. Okay.
You have a cargo home in this village, by the way, Sarah.
Okay.
Right? All the homes in this are old metal cargo containers that people live in, and you do have one, right?
I'll make you a deal. All right, drop me off at my cargo place. Go do what you gotta do. Meet back up with me. All right, because I'm thinking that if there's more stuff I have in there, I could potentially trade for more rounds because I'm gonna need it.
Gonna need it. What are you gonna do?
I told you my mission is going to kill Joe. And
Well, I'm all for that too. But how he gets me? I ain't sticking my neck out for that. I don't know, man. We'll see. And I drive y'all up to it. Is this
Right.
where you live?
I go and halt him right there. I go, you do not enter this threshold. You stay right there. Right there.
Fine with me.
And I go in there.
Is there any water and hole around this?
Yeah, it's right down the street, so it wouldn't be far, Donnie. You could literally point to what's called Reset Saloon.
Okay, I send him down that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Jugs, of course, you see as you're pointing out Reset Saloon, a couple of blocks away, you see Jugs looking at you two. You know, who's that guy on the bike? And he kind of nods at you, waves.
All right, so I kind of motion to him like I'll be on my way to you. So I want to go in, and I just want to grab some stuff that I could potentially trade for more rounds because I know whatever is about to happen, I'm going to need more rounds. So
you're just grabbing up scrap metal and whatever, right? Okay, piling it in a bag.
Good luck who you trade. Hey, thanks for the help.
Right.
And then I'll go down to the tavern. You'll see me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you see it's an open cargo, a big cargo. It's double-decker. It's open, and as you pull up out front, you can see there's a handful of people mingling around. They all watch you pull up. You can see an old man behind the bar, and you see JK behind the bar, and he's working on a steel or something.
JK? I can't freaking believe it. What are you,
he looks up.
doing here?
Yeah, he looks up and looks over and goes, "Holy pilot, what are you doing here?" And he comes out, he's limping over to you, this old man.
I thought you were.
What are you doing here? Oh, don't tell me Joe's here. Joe's not here, is he?
No, I blew that helicopter all to hell, bro.
Oh, holy.
Blew it all to hell.
How did you do
Had
that?
me
Where's
caged up
Joe?
in there. I was wondering where the hell you were. I was out there freezing my ass off. You're supposed to bring me some sockets, man, some tools to work with, pieces of.
Listen, this warden, he came down to that motorcycle shop. They had me working on that.
It's good. It's good to see you. I don't give
Yeah.
And I start hugging him and everything like that. It's good to see your old ass.
He said, that guy rescued me from the heaters and brought me down here.
What-
You sure
what
Crazy
guy you
Joe
talking
ain't with you, ain't following you.
Rescued you from the heaters.
Yeah.
I'd like to meet him one day.
Yeah, he went out your way. He was headed to DIA. You didn't see him out there? He was headed out to DIA.
Nah,
He was going out there to
but some
deal with
shit
this
went down
helicopter
then.
issue.
Yeah, I got out of that pen. Those heaters had there was some guy in a tanker truck that pulled up the heaters. He's from the Lazy J Ranch. They threw him in there with me.
Lazy J.
Yeah, I knocked him out cold. Knocked him out cold right there at the helicopter.
Yeah.
Laid him out. And then they started coming in there, and then this crazy bitch came up
Yeah.
and started shooting and blew up the tanker.
Holy
He started-
cow.
Anyway, I got out of there. She tried to take me out too, but I said,
Okay,
"Hey,
as long as they don't know where you came,
we're
we got some
good."
time. But
Well-
he's going to be madder than hell. He's going to be looking for both you and me, the mechanic and the pilot.
I did
We
kind
may be in deep trouble.
I
I
did
want you
kinda
to meet
flip-
Chuck, and
I
he
did
and he
kinda
calls
flip him
Chuck
off.
over and introduces you to Chuck, the bar owner, right?
I did kind of flip him off, JK. Now, Chuck, how you doing, Chuck? You got anything for a
Is this a
to
friend?
wet my whistle?
He meets you and makes pleasantries. Is this a friend of yours? And then he slides a little mineral spirits in front of you, right? It's
Okay.
basically more like turpentine than it is
I
anything
drink
else.
it. Damn, this is like that gas of Hawes poured in that chopper.
And Donnie, your character knows of somebody who generally hoards ammunition. Right? They're pretty good at finding it and collecting it. But they don't live here in this cargo. They live down in Lakewood area, right? It's a boy and his mother, little Johnny, and Johnny's a scavenger. He likes to build bombs. He likes to build explosives, and he's always collecting ammunition to help build explosives. And of course, his mother's sick and has an ailment, and he's always looking for medicine or some kind of trade. So he might well have ammunition.
All right, I want to go down that way to find it.
All right, so that'll take you 30 minutes walking, right? And that'll put you outside of this kind of safe zone as you go into the district. Okay. Let me make a roll here. Oh, okay. Looks like we might have a little trouble. Okay, so as you're making your way down through this neighborhood, you're pretty savvy. You hear up ahead some grunting and some chitter chatter. Again, you're aware of Outlanders. So there's Heaters are a gang. Outlanders are not affiliated with a gang, but they're packs of humans that run together, and they tend to be dangerous, and they tend to attack in packs, and they tend to if they don't want to kill you, they want to steal you or rob you. And they are usually young men, uneducated, and they live like animals, basically. And so in these kind of old neighborhoods, you may well run into Outlanders. So you definitely hear laughing and ahead in some of the wreckage of a building, and that's a good sign that they may not have spotted you, but there may be some Outlanders here in this neighborhood.
So I want to try to avoid that building where I hear the sound. Even if it means me having to go the long way around.
Okay, so we'll just assume you can do that, right? Just hiding behind trucks and cars and rubble, etc. Okay, back to our bar here. So you get to know Chuck. Chuck shares with you that Nash Renshaw went out yesterday or the day before and was supposed to be headed out to DIA. He's thrilled to find out you and JK we're working on that helicopter, and you're both liberated, because that means Crazy Joe's. It's going to be that much harder for him to get this helicopter.
Okay, I'm sitting there talking with both of them. All right.
Okay.
You got a smoke? No, I better not. I don't want this shit to go up.
Yeah. No, we don't allow.
This ain't for
he
drinking.
basically
This
looked
is
at
for
you like, no,
siphoning.
we don't allow you to smoke here.
This ain't for drinking. This is for siphoning.
Right.
I said, I don't think Crazy Joe. I mean, they saw me take off, but I don't think they know where I went. He said,
Right.
But then again, that girl, she's got some kind of death wish. She wants to go back there to
What girl?
kill him. That crazy ass woman that started shooting all them and shot that tanker truck up too.
Oh, Sarah that lives right over there.
Sarah.
You telling me she was out of DIA? She saved you.
Saved me. She provided a distraction. Sure. I mean, one thing, this tanker truck pulls up. They throw that boy in the pit with me. They start gathering around because we get into scuffle.
Yeah.
Frankly, it wasn't much of one. I knocked his ass smooth out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The
Those
big boy
heaters are
came
pretty.
in, but she
they're
came
pretty-
out guns blazing. She blew that tanker truck up, then started capping them. I happened to get on a motorcycle, and she tried to stop me. And I said, "What the hell are you after me for? Let's get the hell out of here before." And she's like, "I want to go back to Crazy Joe." I said, "You're out of your damn mind."
Holy, yeah. She's got a history.
lives
Of crazy.
here.
Her
Her
and
ass is going to be
Nash
bringing Crazy Joe here, not me.
Yeah, well, we may have to get you all out of this neighborhood. Simpton's supposed to come over and take JK off our hands, take him back to the district living where he'd be safer and they can hide him. But he was out looking for Nash Renshaw this morning. He ain't been back yet.
This Nash.
So when
Is
he
that the
gets back,
warden?
he can take you both to the living district here
Is that
and make sure you're safe.
that's that crazy ass warden they was telling me about?
No, that's Renshaw. Renshaw's
that's
the
what I'm
crazy
saying.
ass warden.
Well, I mean,
Simpson's his buddy. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Simpson.
So he's out
No,
on his
what do
bike
you wanna
looking
do,
for Nash.
JK? You want to do that?
What's
you think
that?
it'd be safe enough for you in there?
Mm-hmm.
What they got to set up for you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you want to do it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if
Oh,
I
yeah.
had it, yeah, it sounds like a good deal. If I had it offered to me, I'd do it too. But
Yeah. Absolutely.
you don't think
Okay,
you need a
Donnie-
pilot around there, do you?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Dale.
You think anyone needs a pilot around here? Well, they kind
Yeah.
of just like, then take another. trip.
Not yet.
Come on,
Not yet.
sorry.
But we always need good drivers.
Jeez, this stuff is strong. All right.
You're going to be drunk or dead. One of you either drinking up the
It's
drunk.
about
and then
time
just a little
now.
more
I've been
you'll
stuck
be
in that
dead.
pen for weeks.
So Donnie, you come to the area where the boy lives with his mom, and they basically have a little tent that sits over an underground shelter that they reside in, and they lock down every night and they can get in it for safety. And the boy right down the hill from that little tent, he has a garage that he's kind of hidden under brush and rubble. It looks like just rubble, and he's always working in that little garage, working on bombs and contraptions. Johnny. So as you walk up, you can see his mother sitting in this tent. She's covered in a sleeping bag. She's always got something cooking in front, in a stew. I would assume you know her, right? You in good stead with these folks?
Just
Okay.
roll
Yeah.
for it.
Her name is Marilyn, and she sees you, and she waves at you as you're coming down the hill toward her, or
So-
toward your house.
So as I come towards her and walk up to her, I slide her the canned food and I go, "Got this for you. Where's Johnny
Oh,
Boy?"
darling. She tries to stand up because she's sickly. She survives solely by the scavenging of medications. So she tries to stand up. She can't.
No. Sit down.
And she takes these cans. Oh, honey, this will be wonderful. She sets them down, and she help yourself to some fresh cooked stew there, and get some refreshment.
Nice. So I take just a little nip of the food out of respect, but I know their circumstances, so I don't want to take too much. And then I take a sip of the drink that they're offering.
Right.
Again.
So you're polite. Right. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
She watches and she says, "So what are you doing over here, Sarah? It's dangerous to be out here. Although you're well equipped, you got that gun there, but."
I
She
pull
again.
out the gun and I kind of fling it around. I go, I'm a little short today, so I'm hoping Johnny's got something for me.
Johnny's down there in his, he's down there in his little workshop. So go on down and see if he's got something. She says, Nash came through here yesterday morning looking for Johnny. He was down there
Really?
I think he wanted to get some explosives from Johnny. So a lot going on here. I'm beginning to feel like we're the center of the village. People are always coming out to visit me. It's so nice.
Yeah. Well, you guys are definitely the number one around here, so I
Well,
kind of
thank
give
you.
her a wink and go down there.
Well, you be careful now.
I will.
So right down the hill, 30 feet from their little tent is this rubble-y area. And as you poke your head into the hole of this kind of ramshackled rubble, you can see he's piled it up, and it's like a shed that he's turned into a workspace. He jumps as he sees you poke your head in. "Oh, Sarah, how are you? Come on in." And he's 16, little skinny, emaciated kid. He's got a large head, little tiny skinny body, but he's clearly smart. You've dealt with this kid before. "What do you need, Sarah?"
So, and I throw down like my backpack and kind of take out the shrapnel and stuff
Yep.
out of the bag. I throw down the pack of cigarettes and I go, "This is not for you.
Right.
If I see you with this," and I pull out my gun, I go, "You know what I got to do. So these
Right.
are not for you, but you can use them to get what you need for your mom."
And he
And I
looks
throw
it
the gun
over.
back.
"Oh yeah, this is good. This is good trade stuff. This is good trade. What do you need? You need ammunition?"
I need lots of ammunition, whatever you can give me.
Okay, so he starts rummaging through a bucket, and he's trying to count them out, and he's rummaging through. What is that? What is that? Okay, and he looks at your weapon to see what the caliber is, and he's rummaging through, and he pulls out 6. He pulls out 6 bullets, and he says, "Here, this looks like this is what I got. I think this is a fair trade." He counts off 6 for you.
I go, you don't happen to have any more than 6?
Let's make a roll. Let's make a roll for that. Let's see how your person. Use your person to persuade him.
3.
No.
Nope.
He smiles and says, "That's all I got, Sarah. But if I had more, and you had more, we might find more around here. But you don't have enough trade for more than that."
So I fling around my switchblade that I picked up that still has like the stained blood. I go, what if I give you this on loan? And I slide it to him.
On loan?
I want this one back.
Okay. He says, well, I got 2 more. And he goes over to his shelf, and he shuffles back, and he pulls out a can, and he unscrews it, and he fiddles out, and he pulls out 2 more. So this is literally all I got. And he hands you, that was it. That's my last 2. He goes, those are good ones, though. Look at the end of those. Those have been scarred. Those are hollow point. Those things will tear a man in half.
Nice.
So mark those 2 rounds as 2 wound rounds. They cause 2 wounds. So you've got 2 that'll cause 2 wounds. All right. So Dell, back at Reset Saloon, you've met Chuck or J.K. And you're relaxed. You're probably getting a little buzzed from this moonshine.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
a handful of people have come and gone. Some have looked your bike over. A couple of them you heard talking over your shoulder. Boy, that's a heater bike. This guy ain't no heater, is he? We can't have heaters hanging out here at Reset Saloon. And they'll look at you.
Calm down. I commandeered it. They had me. The heaters had me. And then I stopped myself because I am a little buzzed right there. I say,
right.
It is a little hot around here, and she may bring them back. So
okay.
Hey, you got any more of this stuff? What's your name? And I'm
Chuck.
I'm pointing at Chuck. Chuck,
Yeah.
And I lean over and slap. Yeah, Chuck. You got any more of this stuff? I probably use this for gas. I about ran off. Trying to get here.
Oh yeah. What do you got to trade for it though? You don't look like much. You got a jumper and you ain't got much on you. You willing to trade that motorcycle for some?
Motorcycle? That's what I need the gas for. You think I'm gonna walk out with the gas?
Well, we ain't into donating gas or gasohol or moonshine.
Okay, look.
Because you're JK's friend, I've been letting you drink here free for a few hours. But
look, now I appreciate it, but look, take these. All right, look, and I start fishing, and I look around, and I say, "This is what I got." And I look over at JK and wink, and slide that socket wrench forward on the bar table.
JK snatches it. Oh yeah, we can get you some gasohol. Give him some gasohol, and he runs over and grabs up a can of this moonshine / gasoline.
You might want to
and
clean
sets
it
it
up.
down.
It's got a little,
and Chuck looks and says, "Oh yeah, I guess so. That if he can use that tool like he uses these other tools, you got a deal."
Yeah, you might want to clean it up. A little blood on it.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's
It's a good tool.
It's a good one.
You hear pulling up.
With my knuckles and laugh.
Just echoing through the cargo neighborhood here, these metal cargo sheds, you hear a motorcycle pull up at the end of the street.
Okay.
You hear a guy yelling, and you hear response, and people start coming out of their cargo homes. And Chuck steps out to the edge of the bar, and he looks, and he sees, that's Simpton.
What's going on?
That's Simpton. And he starts walking down the street quickly. And JK steps in beside you, and you guys are both standing there looking down the street as Simpton gets off a bike.
Now,
and he
I'm
picks
still
up
at the bar. I turn around like, what's going on? Okay.
Yep.
And when he says it's Simpton, I'm looking at, is this the guy come get you, JK?
Yeah, but he's got a bundle in his. Oh my God! And you see, they all part ways as Simpton's carrying the body of somebody, and he's bringing him down to the bar. Chuck meets Simpton in the middle of the street, and they're talking, and they come rushing into the bar and set him on a couple of tables. They slam tables together,
and the bottles and stuff off. Yeah.
Yep. And they lay down the body of Nash Renshaw, this burned up body. the sons of bitches killed him, says Simpson.
Kill who? Who
This
is
is the
this?
second warden in 5 years they've killed.
This is the crazy ass warden they told me about.
Simpson looks at you and says, "Who are you? Who are you calling crazy ass? This was a good man.
This.
I found him at Lazy J.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Simpson?
I'm the warden of 26th District, the hospital district."
They had warden. They had me working on Crazy Joe had me working on his helicopter out at DIA, and this boy came up with a tanker truck, and those heaters threw him in the pit with me, and he had a Lazy J tat on.
Uh-huh.
And he said he was from Lazy J. He said some crazy ass warden drove him out.
Yeah,
I guess they got the best of it.
I had to contend with one guy there. He told me the same story. The leader of that group was still at the Lazy J when I arrived and found the bodies and found Renshaw, and I beat the hell out of him. He told me all about the guy that escaped in the truck. Okay, so he went to DIA.
That guy's done for, man.
Why would he go there? He's not a heater.
That girl some girl done took to him, laid it down to those heaters, blew up that tanker truck out of DIA.
Yeah.
And luckily, it gave me a chance to get out of there. But she came back with me. As a matter of fact, she
and Chuck says, "Oh, he's talking about Sarah Simpson." Oh yeah.
Yeah, she
and
just
you
had me drop her off down
walk
there.
up back to the cargo. I'm assuming you want to come back right now. You got ammo. Yeah.
Yes.
So
I
you
went
walk
back
in,
straight
seeing
to
a
the-
crowd at the end of the street around Reset Saloon. You see Simpson's bike. Again, he's a cop, so you see this motorcycle you recognize as Simpson's motorcycle. And you see this crowd of your neighbors congregating at Reset Saloon.
So I'm kind of moving because I know something's up. I'm kind of moving people, telling them get the F out of the way and stuff. And I bust my
Simpson
way
steps
from
back and says, "Sarah, there you are. Is this who you're talking about there?"
Yeah, I guess. Seems y'all know each other.
What
Yeah.
the hell happened?
Nash, and she points at it, and you know Nash. Nash was the local cop. He was a good man. He was an old man, and he was.
I let out the gas, kind of like.
Yeah. They killed him. Them damn Outlanders killed him. We're gonna need another warden. I don't know where we're gonna get another warden. He looks at you, Sarah. You want the job, Sarah?
She's ready made for that. She took it to the heaters. I can attest to that.
I can't say I wouldn't think of it under other circumstances, but until I complete my quest,
these people need you.
He says, "What circumstances? What would hold you up?"
You know what Crazy Joe did to my family. I've got to finish it.
Take it to him, but take it with a badge.
He reaches over and tears the patch off Nash's shoulder, and he pushes it into your chest, and he says, "This badge will give you everything you need to go get Crazy Joe."
So I take it. I walk, keeping it on there. I walk over to the bar, and I go, "Pour me something," just like that. Hand on face.
And
pour
Chuck he grabs a big one. He pours a big one, slides it down, and it says, "We need you, Sarah. We need a warden here."
So I throw it back, put it down, and I go, "Fine. It's what my father would want."
Ooh, good. They all cheer, and they say, "Well, we need to bury old Nash,
Pilot's
but it's
kind of
good to have a
laughing to
warden."
himself.
Simpson walks over to you and says, "Well, we got to get you some gear." He said, "Let me go over to my bike. I'll give you my gear for now, and then you can get started in your hunt for this son of a gun. We got to stop this Crazy Joe. We just got to stop him." So he gives you a shortwave radio,
Okay.
which allows you to call other shortwave radios. He gives you an old telephone landline hookup that allows you to go to landline spots and hook a telephone in and make phone calls from old landlines buried in the earth, right?
Sweet.
You've got now full authority, total authority to uphold the law, to execute, judge, jury, and executioner.
Nice.
He tells you you'll have a bike. For now, take my bike. I've got to stay at the hospital. This whole mess has already kept me away from the hospital, which is very dangerous. So take my bike for now. And he gives you what was it? A shotgun, right? That's what Nash had, a shotgun. With let's see here. Let's just roll with 2 rounds. Unfortunately, only 2 rounds. And a long rifle. He pulls out a long rifle and it's got 6 rounds. That's basically all I got. And of course, and you're free to use Nash Warden's cargo home, but you've got your own, so you don't have to.
Yeah, I have one.
Right. He looks at the pilot and says, "You might as well take Renshaw's cargo hold, and you're going to have to toughen up because if Crazy Joe comes looking for you and JK, you're going to have to fight your own battle. There ain't an army here to protect you now."
He's going to come looking here. I'm trying to get the hell away from here. And I'm over there pouring the turpentine-like beverage onto the gas tank, trying to wipe it off of my sleeve to get the coloring off of there so they won't think it's a heater bike at the moment when I look up at him.
He walks over and puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "Listen, you're going to be safer if you just help contend with Crazy Joe."
I look at him and I'm like, I'll make you a deal. Okay? I will protect you as much as I can, but you've got to be my side deputy. You've got to go with me. And I throw him the shotgun.
Nice.
Okay, I catch it kind of like half loosely and go, "This is insane. Go back to Crazy Joe. This is... Are you nuts?"
Well, you kind of can't lose something you never had.
Good God.
And I toss him the 2 rounds. I go, I guess you might need these 2.
Okay, I kind of catch him and look at it and say, "Just when I thought I had gotten away from this shit, you want to put me right back in it." All right, I'm looking around. Everybody's kind of staring at me, I guess.
Right.
All right.
Yep. They're all waiting. Nobody says a word. It's all dead quiet, waiting for your...
Okay, I just kind of... walk over and set the gun on the bike. Where's this cargo? Where's this cargo hold, I say?
You mean Renshaw's?
Renshaw's, yeah.
Simpson says, "Good for you." And he walks over. He takes off his armor and hands it to you. And he says, "It's right there at the end of the street when you came in. That's his cargo hold." And he gives you his armor. And he gives you a flashlight, one of these handmade flashlights.
Son of a...
Good to have both of you. We need more.
Hope this don't spell my end. And then I turn around and right the bike or whatever, start pushing it over to the cargo.
Okay. They take Renshaw and everybody follows Simpson out of town. They take time to bury him and say a few prayers. The whole town pours out for Nash, and they take their time digging up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Donnie.
I was going to say before we leave the bar. JK's still doing the bartending. Is there, I want to turn to him. I go, "I'll make you a deal. Okay. I put it on loan, but if you give me a flask of your best, okay, I promise you will not regret it. I will bring you back stuff."
Oh yeah. He fills it up, tightens it down, slides it to you, and he says, "Chuck will never know the difference. We're making so much of this stuff, he doesn't even do inventory." And he slides it over to you.
All right. So I want to walk over to his name's what? Landon?
Yep.
And I go,
Langdon.
Langdon. I want to go and I hand him it. I go, "See this as your first payment," and I put the flask in his hand.
Nice. Like Langdon's got a drinking problem and you're fueling it? What? Now we know why he's a grounded pilot.
I know. I'm like, you're kidding me. They make so much of this crap. Okay, I open it up. Even after saying that, you kind of smell it and go. And then take a swig or whatever, and then put it back in my coat pocket and go.
Right.
All right, and then slide that door open into the cargo hold and look in there. God almighty.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk in there, it smells like a gym locker, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Jugs at some point stops you, Sarah, and says, "Did you get over to DIA? What's going on? Renshaw's dead? You brought some guy back? What's going on? You're now." Oh, he sees the badge. He sees your. You've got his badge. What the heck's going on, Sarah?
Well, what's his name again? Sorry.
Jugs.
The guy who died.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nash Renshaw?
Yeah,
Nash.
So I explained to him that he had passed away, and this gives me clearing to do what I have to do to kill Joe.
Boy, that's a nice long rifle. Listen, you're now authority, right? You're now warden. Is that what you've been? Listen, you trade me that long rifle and 4 of them rounds, and I'll tell you where you can find Crazy Joe.
I tell you what. Okay. After I kill Crazy Joe, you can have this long rifle and whatever rounds I have afterwards.
But see, I'm afraid you won't, and he'll come looking for me. I'm going to need that long rifle because you ain't coming back, and you won't kill Crazy Joe.
Oh, I will kill Crazy Joe. But how can I trust that your information is going to be truthful when I didn't even see Crazy Joe
Okay,
there?
you hear the door slide shut behind you when y'all
Right.
are there, just to intervene and say, they think Joe's crazy, and then I walk inside there. Okay, and said, "Don't bother me unless it's important," is what I'll say before I said it, and they shut it, and they say,
Right.
Joe's crazy. I walk over there and look in that cracked mirror,
Yeah.
the medicine cabinet, look down, and pull out a tooth that was in the.
Right. I remember that. Holy shit.
I drop it. And I sit on the bed like, what have I gotten myself into?
Right.
All right, go back to y'all.
Nice. Nice. All right, listen. You know Crazy Joe never stays anywhere long, right?
Of course.
And that's why many people haven't even seen him for years. He's holed up above Eisenhower Tunnel, up in the mountains that are above Eisenhower Tunnel, I-70 headed out of town. His goal was to capture that damn senator who headed out of here 3 days ago, to that meeting for the Salt Lake Senate. And he's been holed up there hoping to get that senator. He ain't been seen, but I almost guarantee you, since he hadn't captured that senator, he ain't leaving there until that senator's on his way home. And I think that's when he'll make his move.
My friend,
So
this
I can't promise he's in one place for long, but the fact is he wanted that senator. He had hoped to get him 2 days ago, and because he didn't, I think he's still around that Eisenhower Tunnel.
This rifle is yours once he's dead.
All right, just whatever you do in your last dying breath, don't tell him I told you where he was at.
Not a word. And I just
All
kind
right.
of do this thing.
And as he turns away, you hear him mumble under his breath, "I'm never going to see that rifle," and he walks away.
I just smile like, oh yeah, you're never going to see that rifle.
All right. So now, do you guys still have time to keep playing?
No, yeah, I'm in
Yeah,
time. This is sort of like the intermission part.
Yeah.
So actually, I mean, if we want to get a refill on refreshment and get
Sure.
a bio
You want to
break,
take a bio break? Okay.
yeah. And then jump
Johnny,
back
how are
in.
you? Are you okay to keep
I'm
going?
good. Yeah,
All
I'm
right, so
good.
I'm gonna go get some refreshment. I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh, let me double check my chart here.
All right.
I'm gonna make a roll to see what seed might occur while you're dealing with Crazy Jack. It may not occur. It just depends. Okay, so some of these aren't relevant, right? Because they were based on a different setup. So Okay, so I'm assuming you want to rest, like sleep a night, get healed,
Yeah. Hmm.
prepare for the morning.
Yeah.
Your character would get his wound back, by the way, Langdon. You had suffered a wound in that fist fight,
Yeah.
so you're fully healed. You now have armor, which gives you 2 wounds before it's destroyed. Then you'll start taking damage that could kill you. So you both fortunately have armor.
Hmm.
You'll have to track your ammo yourselves. I trust you both to track your ammo.
Yep.
You both can have any kind of type, like melee, like a club or a pipe.
Mhm.
I believe you actually have a melee weapon, Donnie.
No,
right.
No.
I have. I mean, I could use a flashlight, I imagine, as it. But remember, I traded it all
right.
for the weapons.
Right,
So-
right. So you could certainly get a pipe or an old stick or something
Yeah.
to give you a melee weapon if you need it.
Yeah.
Um,
I definitely want to use a pipe. I want to.
Okay. So last night, between the two of you, while you were resting and having dinner, familiarizing yourself with Renshaw's files, you were able to break out a map of District 27, see where Renshaw had highlighted Eisenhower Tunnel, where he had noted where he thought Crazy Joe would move about. You were able to assess some of Renshaw's intelligence, right? What he had gathered in his 15 years, I think he was a warden, but
Mhm.
the last 5, he's been. Some suggest that Renshaw was hiding from Crazy Joe. So if Crazy Joe was to the right, Renshaw was found himself, unfortunately, to the left. But that doesn't mean Renshaw wasn't collecting data, right? But that's, again, a rumor. We don't know if that's true. But a lot of people think Renshaw, after his experience with Crazy Joe, might not have been one to cross his path again. But, again, we don't know that, right? It died. Those secrets died with Nash Renshaw. Right?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Okay. So you've been able to put together this collection of his information. You can see clearly where I-70 leads to the Eisenhower Tunnel. It appears as if he's kept notes about the area around Eisenhower, including the importance of keeping that highway open for travelers, for these very important people, VIP travel. And right now he has it marked in green as if it's safe and good to go. Who knows what's happened to I-70 around Eisenhower since this, right? Who knows when he last marked this as clean? Okay. And then you slept the night. You're both feeling well. It's morning.
Well, actually, I'll start if I can. She was privy to that knowledge. Guess Simpson showed her where the stuff is. If and when you want to come get me, I'll be in my chambers.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I go and get him right away. Like,
All
I'm
right,
not
okay.
messing around.
So you're knocking on the door?
hmm
You know what? I'm not even knocking on the door. I'm just straight up busting through.
Okay, I'm standing
Good
there.
morning, sunshine.
I'm standing there, and I've got this kettle, this beat up kettle. Don't you knock? And I got this sock, and it looks like it's a ball of blackness in the end of it, and I'm dipping it into a little tin cup, right? And I look at you and go, "Don't you knock?"
No, not really. You ready to go? Come on. Did you drink up all that
You want
stuff
some
I gave
coffee?
you yesterday?
I got a hangover, babe. You want some coffee?
Sure.
All right, I get that other tin cup, and then I'm dumping the sock with the coffee grounds in the bottom of it into the thing. And I pass you. So what kind of trouble are you trying to get us into now?
Well, supposedly, Crazy Joe's up there trying to kill some senator. So I figure if we go up there, do a little surveillance,
Up where?
find
What are
him
you talking
and
about?
assassinate him. Some tunnel up by I-70.
I-70.
Ready for a little bike ride today?
Now, the only reason I took this gig is because Crazy Joe's going to come down hard on this little settlement here. This better be away from it than in it. So the sooner we're out of it, the better.
Well, Sooner as we find him and kill him, the better this village is. So let's get going. I just chugged down my
Okay.
coffee. Put
Seeing
it
is
down.
believing, babe. Yeah, I
Wow.
finished mine off and set it down. It's like,
So both bikes are topped up with some of this gasohol that you got from JK yesterday.
yeah.
Simpton's bike that he gave you is in great condition. Simpton is a mechanic, and he kind of custom built this bike. So him handing this bike over, meant that's how desperately he needed a warden here in 27, right? So he can go back to his hospital duties. You know where, by the maps that you have from Renshaw exactly, where you need to hit I-70 and where you need to navigate to get to Eisenhower Tunnel. Who's leading the way on these bikes?
I'll take the lead.
Nice bike. They give you that to get you to accept the deal?
Don't be hating because you're with that piece of shit and I'm riding this beauty. And then I pull out a key on a necklace.
Don't listen to her, girl. And then I pat my bike. And I straddle it and try to kick it and crank it, right?
I give a kiss to the key and I say almost a murmuring prayer. Almost sounds like, but it's something along the line of "Please guide me, great grandfather," and then tuck the key back in to my shirt.
Nice. Okay. All right.
So what's your
Fire the
stake
bike
in all
up.
this? As I say, as I just look at you, what's your stake in all this before we pill out?
Just sweet revenge. That's it. Just sweet revenge. And at that point,
All
I just
right.
kick it and go.
All right, you head off and I say, "Don't tell me." And then I crank it and kind of follow you, okay?
You know what revenge tours are like? That means suicide trip.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said crazy. I have that song stuck in my head now.
You either get revenge or you die trying, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Foreshadowing, no, because we don't know what's going to happen,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
We're playing to find out, baby. All right, here we go.
Live by the Tootsie Pop and die by the Tootsie Pop.
That's right. Call me DM Tootsie Pop. GM Tootsie Pop. All right.
How many hit
so
points does it take to get
So you are 45 minutes out, right? You have to navigate through neighborhoods, bad conditions. You pass Outlanders as they pour out of the rocks and and they chase down, hoping to get a hold of your bikes and you. But you navigate past them, and you're reminded all the time that if this thing breaks down, you're constantly going to be hiking through this territory and at the whim of these crazy Outlanders. As you get to I-70, it's a little straighter, clean run. I mean, you can hit full speed on these bikes on Eisenhower. You need to make both of you need to make a mind check here as you get closer to Eisenhower. You start seeing that there's some stuff that's been knocked into the road. What used to be a clean highway is now starting to see. You're starting to see they've rolled boulders down into the road. They've maybe parked derelict vehicles. And you're now having to slow down and move through this
winding
wreckage.
path? Yeah.
I got a 1.
Yeah, I got
How
a 2,
about-
so we're
Okay.
oblivious.
Unfortunately, that means a nimble check for the leader here as you're riding through and gunning. You need to make a nimble check as a fence pops up. It's like it's meant to catch vehicles.
Gotcha.
Okay, on your motorcycle.
You're all right,
I
girl.
rolled a number 1. I am retiring the pink dice.
Pink
We're
die.
going-
It's time for
This
the
is
barbecue
no
grill.
this is no game for Pete. This is a game for black, red. Right? This is too dangerous to be using pink. You see this thing pops up, and catches her bike in this chain. This it's like a fence that pops up and stops her bike dead, rolling her up into the bike, crushing the front of the bike in. The bike takes all the damage, fortunately, as you bounce off, hit the fence, slide down, and you're able to slide to a stop as this fence has popped up and caught her bike. The bike is in bad shape. It's not destroyed. You can't ride it now. You could recover it. And you fortunately didn't take any damage for hitting it. But you're now on foot. You can see the mountains, and you can actually see the tunnel from here. It's about 200 yards, 2 football fields.
Mhm. So I looked at him. I'm like, can I get a ride? Just like that,
So
kind of looking down at the ground, like, oh shit.
Shaking my head. So who's got the piece of shit now? And I kind of grin.
Hey, it's just like the good old days. Remember that one time when we had
Yeah.
fun at that
I
airport?
imagine you did it on purpose. All right.
All right. So make a mind check for me as you navigate around this fence on the highway. And again, you're only now about 175 yards from the tunnel.
All right. Remember, Warden, lean into the turn. All right, I got a 5, so I did it.
You see flashing in the
You see that?
trees above the tunnel, and you see a couple of people scramble off the highway and jump over the rails into the bushes
I
and
pull up
terrain.
short behind the next, obstacle that we're
Right.
meandering
You want to take cover?
Yeah,
okay.
cover
Behind
immediately.
one of these vehicles they pushed in the road. Okay.
Sarah, look up there.
And
I look straight in that direction he points
both
out.
of you see it's a reflection of the light. Remember, the sun's coming up in the east, so it's definitely reflecting the light off scopes. At least 2 of them. You think
Mhm.
maybe people with scopes, rifles with scopes, above the tunnel.
I think we just drove into a hornet's nest here.
I think you're right, unfortunately.
What the hell did we come down this corridor for,
Because Joe's down here.
Joe? I'm telling you, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose it. If you can't focus on nothing but him, we're both dead.
I let a sigh out
I'm
and then
looking
kind
up
of
over
try to
the-
compose myself, not let him make me think like he's gaining on me with what he's saying. I pull out my long rifle.
That's probably
And-
what happened to that other damn warden. I'm looking up over the car, or the wreckage.
Right.
Now, I'm pulling out, and I got some rounds, and I'm loading up my shotgun, and it kind of fell over off the bike.
Okay.
So we're by the cars. Is there any like passenger side mirrors or anything, any form of reflection?
Hardly any glass has survived the last so there's not many mirrors or glass at all, but you could probably find chips of glass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
I want to get that.
I mean, of mirrors. Excuse me, of mirrors. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to pick up one of those shards,
Okay.
and I just kind of want to go and reflect it back at that direction just to
What are
see
you doing?
what happens.
What are you doing? You've already alerted the whole damn valley.
I believe they know we're here since my crash.
You want them to know where exactly
you
we
hear
are?
a rifle shot, and you hear it hit the car you're hiding behind. You hear a bullet hit the car.
Put that down, damn it! All right, and I'm hiding. Let's wait till dark. Move around. They've got us pinned.
So,
And I'm mumbling and looking around the corner and everything like that. Is there? I'm looking for awareness, basically, on any, like a leapfrog type thing.
So make a mind check as you look down the highway.
Nope.
This
2.
is high level, ground level, right?
Yeah, just ground
Okay.
level. I can't discern anything. I got 2.
Okay, but you do remember that you did see figures run out of the middle of the road and jump off the edges. So you know there's got to be people on either side of the highway. You just don't know whether they're coming toward you.
Okay,
Or,
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I look at her.
you still
Sure.
have that flask, right? You didn't drink all of it, right?
What flask? Look, did
The
you see
alcohol
him run off
gave
the
you?
road? I think they're coming up on us. You need to keep a sharp lookout. The
I'm
flask.
just saying we might need a little explosion.
A little explosion with a flask, and I'm trying to gather what you're saying. I take it out.
So,
like a Molotov, and I
yeah,
kind of slip it to you. I hand it over to you like that.
I go, what direction did you see the people scatter to?
They scattered on both sides. I got a glimpse of it, but they jumped off the road on both sides, and I'm looking out, and they could be coming up on us. from wreckage to wreckage.
Because what I'm thinking is we could throw it in the direction when they start charging. If they come towards us.
What are you gonna light it with? You got a rag? And then I start reaching down and I'm looking for anything. And I reach over there and grab, do you have any loose fabric on you or whatever? Because I'm tearing off a strip or something.
I just go and take and try to rip off a piece of like fabric off of me. And I go, I'm pretty good shot, so if need be, we could throw and shoot. Target practice? You never did that?
Nice.
Hell. You want to take a chance on that?
Better than nothing.
Make a both of you need to make a mind check for me as you have this conversation.
Oh Lord, 1.
All right, 5. I actually get that.
You hear to your right. So Eisenhower Tunnel is west of you, right? You're looking this way; it's west. To the right, north, on that side of the highway, in the brush, etc. You hear a snap of twigs, something like somebody's not far from your car.
Stock still, I'll grab Sarah's shoulder after she's got that flask. After you rip that off, and I grab your shoulder, I'm like, over there. And I'm pointing to the right, you know what I mean, to get your direction right on it. Stay low. If you want to do something like that, you leave it here. We'll back off. We'll draw them in.
I'll follow your lead. So I let him make the decisions now, and I'm going to follow him.
Okay. So you're leaving the flask there at the derelict vehicle?
When you hand it to me, what I'll do is, I go, I hate to see good liquor go to waste.
It ain't so good, man.
I know. Yeah, but this was his best stuff. This is his best stuff.
Good liquor.
And I said, look, and I say, this is his, but it is his best batch. So hopefully it'll go up. And then anyway, I prop it and set it up where it would be a good visible target up against another colored, like the color of the car.
Sure.
Right.
Make sure you can see it.
I keep you low and I say, get back. I'm directing you to another car like that, and I'm looking.
So I follow his lead right away.
And I kind of push you down and let you slink back, So roll your nimble.
So as you do, and you set this up and you're slinking back, you actually see a guy stick his head up over the railing and look where you were at, and he's tracking around like, where are they? And he looks right at you as you slink behind another bit of rubble, right?
Okay. Is that
so
me
you've seen he's made eye contact with you, right? And he's on your right.
Okay, that's Sarah.
No, both of you. I mean, you both see him plain as day as he looks around and sees you.
I was standing there and I was telling her to slink back where we could cover each other in a retreat.
Right. Sure. Right. So either way, you.
But we both.
I mean, you both have gotten back behind other cover, but you both seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now at this time, I'm going to pick up. I got it. Already was covering the retreat, but anyway, I'll pull it right to him.
Okay.
And look at him squarely in the eyes. He making a move?
He's belly flopping, basically dropping down and crawling quickly. You can see all he seems to have is a saber or a sword.
Does he look like he has
something?
A heater?
Yeah, they're heaters. Yes, they are heaters.
Sarah, they're heaters.
And he's trying to crawl across to something to hide behind.
Get back.
We can't let him get away.
Get back. As soon as you're back, let me know, and then I'll start. You can
I'm
cover
back.
my retreat.
I'll jump back there.
Okay, whenever you post up, I'll start going backwards, and I'm looking both ways. I'm keeping an eye on him and trying to get to where she is and let her go back again.
Yep. Yeah, so she ducks behind you into cover.
All right. Keep your eye on your flask.
And now I hear that cat. That cat's not happy.
Let me let her out. All right, we're back.
Did you hear me?
No.
I tell you, I will make sure I get you another one of those flasks if you get me that sword. And I do it with a wink and a smile.
Shit, you got high hopes. Just keep your eye on that flask. We'll get anything we can as we move forward. All right. I'm looking at you and then I back up from you, and I'm going to the side, but I'm trying to draw him, make him come forward.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he's on his belly trying to get, away from the, so you're on the highway looking at him. He's trying to cross the highway to the other side. And he's trying to get there as quickly as possible.
Okay.
He's probably 20 feet from you.
But he's nowhere near the flask, basically.
No, well, he crossed on his belly, on the ground in front of that vehicle that you put the flask on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on this side of the vehicle. So, I mean, you're watching him plain as day.
Oh, as long as he's near that flask.
I say we shoot him.
You're going to shoot him?
I say let's shoot him.
Yeah, I mean, if he's near that flask, go ahead and shoot it. Let it go up.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to shoot using the long... I'm not going to use the long rifle. I'm going to just use my regular gun, and I'm going to shoot it.
Okay. Now, this is... you can take your time. You're not under duress. However, these snipers, right, while you aim and stand up to shoot, they may get shots on you. So, but you have no negatives, is my point.
Shoot him down. And I'm looking around at the
I roll a 3.
Okay. 2 bullets hit, into the rubble you're hiding behind. Literally, as you fire, it's like pop, pop. 2 of these hit, and you duck back down as this explodes. You see, of course, as she ducks back down as these bullets hit and the explosion happens, you see this heater flip off the highway, screaming, on fire, etc. You then see popping up over the rail on the left side as his buddy gets flipped off the road, another heater, and he's running toward you, Langdon, with, again, it looks like he's got a sword or something.
Okay, and little pebbles are falling down from the debris of the blow
stuff's
up.
coming down, right? It's all like
son
slow-mo.
of a- and then I
They
look
all
up
happen simultaneously.
And he's
right?
running at me. All right?
So now we just roll initiative for everybody.
Gotcha.
I don't, you do, but...
All right.
I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 3, which makes it, because I'm quite good.
Okay, so you two go before the bad guys. Remember, there's sniper shots coming, and you've now got a guy racing into melee with Langdon. And he will be there this turn. Of course, he's only about 30 feet from you. All right. Okay, so you two get to go first.
Okay. Well, it's raining pebbles all over. I see him coming through it. I pull the trigger.
Okay.
Okay. That's off of what, nimble? Yeah, I made it. It's 4.
Bang. Okay, so you take out, he's running with his saber. You shoot one hand and arm loose from the thing as he's screaming, running with the one hand. Boom, as you basically blow this left arm useless.
Yeah, just...
Yep.
All right.
Okay. And you ducked down as everything went off, and you see this guy running at both of you. Sarah.
All right. I'm still using my regular gun. I'm going to pull it and aim and shoot at the guy that's coming directly towards us.
Okay.
And I rolled a 1. Jesus.
Okay, so for some reason, in this quick move and his being twisted and shot, you pop one off that just misses him. One shot hits the rubble you're hiding behind, and again, 2 more bullet shots hit the rubble that you're covered behind. Okay.
I just want to remind you, Donnie, about the special. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But...
I am going to do that then. Yeah, because it's what? Reroll an attack roll and keep the highest?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going
Okay.
to do that.
Okay.
4.
Okay, so you kill. I mean, he's about to strike your partner with this saber. You put a bullet between his eyes. He drops the saber and spins around, falling as these 2 other these bullets hit the rubble you're hiding
And
behind.
that saber just clambers down right beside me on the thing.
Yep.
And I kick it over. There's your damn saber, and I kick it at you, and then it slide over at you.
Awesome.
I grab the saber, and as I grab the saber, I want to go and toss him because I know he only has 1 round left with the shotgun, and I want to toss him my long rifle.
Okay. All right. So you guys are behind rubble. there's the vehicle that you just blew over. Basically, you exploded this, and that vehicle just rocked a little bit. I mean, it ain't strong enough to blow it over.
Yeah.
So you've got that cover. To get to Eisenhower Tunnel, you're going to have to make 4 sprints from one cover to the other cover, if that's what you want to do to get below these snipers. These snipers are above Eisenhower Tunnel. Unless you want to go off the highway and try to get through the woods up to the top of the tunnel, it's entirely up to you. But there is 4 spots of cover on the highway.
I'd rather not go through the woods because, I mean, we don't know what's in those woods.
I'm
that
just
we
looking
can't
at you
see.
going, we need to take them now before they get help. We need to take these guys out. We can't sit there all day and bake. Well, it's cold out, but anyway.
Yeah, but well, it's definitely sunny though. It's just cold. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I follow your lead.
Okay, so you guys need to make. I will shoot against your nimble checks. So as you run from spot, so the first one you can get to
we're gonna
without a
be
shot.
leapfrogging. So I'll pop
Right.
up and go run.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so first, this will be Donnie. As Donnie sprints to her first spot of cover, right, Sarah?
And I've set
And-
the
So make your
shotgun
nimble
down.
check, Sarah.
You got the rifle on me.
5.
Okay. Again, you hear the shot, and you see dust at her feet as the bullet hits her feet as she gets to her first spot of cover.
Okay, I'm
Now,
looking from where it came from. I'm just saying I got the rifle instead of my shotgun that she threw.
Oh, gotcha. You wanna take a shot?
And where I
yeah,
see it
you can
light up.
see the muzzle flash above the cement
Exactly.
top tunnel.
Exactly.
Right, there's a muzzle flash. Okay, so this will be at. I'm assuming you're aiming, and there's no movement for you or him. So this is a straight shot, no negatives.
Oh no, I got 2.
Okay, so you see the concrete right where he muzzle flash explode as pieces of concrete come off where that bullet hits.
Yeah.
Okay, now you still have to make the run to this next location, unless you want to stay here and try to protect her while she makes all 3 runs.
No. We'll
Go together.
No, I'm going to be passing her the rifle. She's going to be covering me while I run up, and she'll get up there and
Okay.
I'll grab the rifle, and we'll take
Okay.
shots and alternate.
Now you've got a pistol, Donnie, so you could shoot from here to cover him, but it'll be in a -1 with a pistol.
That rifle's going to be better. So
Yeah, I'll take the rifle, and we're
Okay.
down to 5 rounds before I take the
well,
shot.
you threw me
Okay.
the rifle though.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Okay, so
Well,
I
I'm
need
not-
to make a nimble check to try to get up there. You can fake
Right.
it with that gun, and I'll
Right.
try to run up
And
there and post
they'll
up.
be taking a shot at you. Yep, here we go.
All right.
So nimble
Okay, I
check
got a 5.
first.
Got it.
5.
Okay, I pulled it right
Oh,
beside
again,
you.
you see bullets hit the ground and the car behind him as he breaks cover and runs and sits down right beside you.
I don't sit down. I slam into the side.
Bang,
Of
right.
that, yeah, bam.
Nice.
And I
Nice.
say, I'm looking at you right there, and I say, you gotta go. And then I flip up like that and look, and run,
All right, I'm
run,
running,
Forrest.
and I roll a 1.
Oh,
She's running.
okay. They still have to hit you, but it just
Take the
doesn't make it
braces
as hard.
off. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So 1 unfortunately hits you, but not 2. And that's, remember, your armor soaks 1 of that,
Correct.
so you're not damaged yet, but you did lose 1 of your armor.
All right.
That's their 8th shot.
I can
Right.
see it dive into her and stagger her while she's trying to run.
Exactly. Yep.
Damn it! And then
And
yeah.
both of you can make a mind check if you want to for me.
Okay.
All right, I got a 1.
And you did make it to the cover. You just got shot.
5.
right?
Yeah, and when I look at where I got shot, I'm like, mother.
Yeah. I love it. That's awesome. Dale, did you make a mind check?
Yeah, I got a 1, man. I'm just seeing muzzle
Yeah, I
Right.
flashes.
got 5.
So Donnie, you're now in your head. You've counted. That's 9 shots from these snipers.
Okay.
Okay.
So Donnie, you're kind of keeping a count as to how many shots these 2 have taken. You know, there's 2 of them. So,
Yeah, so I'd let him know what count we're at.
and may or may not matter to you, but you know how scarce ammunition is,
Correct.
right? So it may not. They probably don't have unlimited ammunition.
All right.
Okay.
But anyway.
Okay. So now you're gonna cover for Dell here.
Yep. Yep.
Well,
Yep. Yep.
yeah, pilot still says, cover me. And then,
Well, you were actually gonna shoot though when they shot.
yeah,
right?
you're right.
Dale?
You're right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So pick one and take a shot while they're firing
Wherever the
as they
muzzle
fired
flash
on her.
came
Yeah.
from, okay. Okay, I actually got a 6 on that one.
Ooh, okay. Your best guess is you hit whatever you were shooting at, right?
Yeah.
You don't hear a yell or anything, but you're pretty certain that had to hit home. That was right on.
Okay, I'm looking at it, and then I look down at Sarah until she looks at me. Yeah, I give you the knowing look, like I'm about to run.
Yeah.
I want to see you
know.
post up at least, like in some kind of
Right.
fashion,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna run.
Okay.
Oh, that is a 1.
Whoo! Oh, double one, snake eyes.
Oh, really?
Two bullets hit at your feet.
Yeah, right.
Bang, bang. So you manage. Again, now you're at a count of 11, Donnie. You now know that they have shot 11 times.
I slammed it
okay?
right beside you, and I'm visibly shaking. Okay.
Yep.
Because it was a close call. They're getting better.
They have to be out of ammo soon. That's
Yeah,
been 11
before,
shots.
so you only have one more sprint to get to the wreckage right before the tunnel. And of course, they're above on the edge of the tunnel. So you know if you can get to that wreckage and into the tunnel, those guys obviously can't shoot at you. They could come down off the tunnel, but
Okay, I'm looking at you like you're crazy. And you're counting this? Who gives a, you know what I mean? And I get up and I say, run, run, and then I'm shooting
I run.
again. All right.
And I roll a 1.
damn, are you kidding? Oh no. Okay.
I have a little graveyard of
Oh,
6s over here.
2 hits, 6 and 5. So I
Oh,
went from
geez.
snake eyes to 2 hits. So
Wow.
So your armor takes 1,
Yep.
and you take a bullet. But
Yep,
you
yep.
do make it behind that final, and you're safe here. They can't shoot you from this angle. Now you're still about 15 feet from the tunnel. You can see cars and more rubble has been piled into the opening of this tunnel, this highway tunnel. Okay, so you took 1 wound, unfortunately. Okay, now you get a shot on that guy up top. They were 2 shots again, by the way.
Now, what about bracing it off? Nimble or brawn?
For shooting, nimble, because
All
you're
right, I
shooting
got
at him,
it.
right?
I got it.
Okay. You shooting the same one you shot at before?
Well, I'm shooting at the muzzle flash because the one I shot at before, I actually thought that I hit because I rolled a 6.
Right, but you just watched them pop again. You just shot that guy shoot
gotcha.
again.
So
You
there
didn't
was
kill
2
him.
instead of 3. I was thinking 3 for some reason.
No, there's
All right.
2. There's 2 guys shooting. And you did see him shoot, and of course she got wounded by both.
Yeah.
Well, she got hit by both, but wounded by one.
Well, I mean, I would have been trained on the other side thinking that he was down, and that would have
okay,
just
so you
surprised me.
wounded the other. Okay,
Yeah.
so you wounded the other one. All right, awesome. Now all you have to do is make the run, and of course, when he runs, you get a shot at the guys above you, and then you'll be safe in this tunnel.
I'm coming in hot. Okay, got a 5.
Okay, that's going to be harder for them. Okay, again, couple of bullets hit, bang, bang. That is a total of 15 bullets now you've counted, Donnie.
Mm-hmm.
But again, 2 guys, so it's about 8 bullets each. And you can get a shot at one of these muzzle flashes if you want.
Yeah, I want to shoot.
Okay.
Is that -1?
Nope,
Or-
not from
because-
this range. This range is short. Yep.
Okay. 4. I hit.
Okay, so which one do you want to shoot? The one on the right or the left? And you guys are on the left side of the tunnel, by the way.
I want to shoot the one on the right.
Okay. You guys hear a yell out. You actually see hit. So you guys are tucked behind this car. She shoots the guy on the right, and you hear a scream, and you see his rifle fall and hit the concrete of the highway
Gotcha.
and break to pieces his sniper rifle.
Jeez.
Okay.
Okay. And you hear me whenever I slam into the last area. I guess it don't matter if Crazy Joe's coming after us when we're going after him.
Mhm.
It's crazy. And then I pop up again to look down the
tunnel?
corridor. Yeah.
It's dark. Right now, all you can see is where the light outside just illuminates some of the rubble. You would have to get into the tunnel for your eyes to change and adjust into that darkness.
Okay. I take a rock. I pick up a rock and then I throw it down the tunnel real quick. Let it.
You hear it bang off sounds like a car or some metal, and you hear it bounce around.
But no fire.
And you
basically.
then hear Woof, woof, woof. Dog, multiple dogs barking.
Shit. They got guard dogs. Okay, I slide down a little bit on that thing, and I look over at Sarah. This complicates thing. And I'm looking at her. Is she bleeding? I can tell she's battered and bruised a little bit from getting shot. That many times.
I, at this point, look at him and go, I'm sorry. I drug you into this. Just like that. If you want to make a run for it, I understand.
It's too late for apologies now. We got to get through this shit. And I look up and over, and I'm looking to listen for the dogs that could be coming. All right. And shh.
You can hear like they're running and barking.
Keep your pistol.
They
on
sound
you.
like they're coming down the tunnel.
Keep your pistol on you. They're coming. Okay, now can I roll a mind to see about how many I think
Yes.
there might be?
Yes.
Okay, I got 5, so I got it.
Yep.
So,
Go ahead, Donna. You can too.
I have a question.
Yep.
It just says rations. Okay.
Yep.
What would classify as rations? Is
All
there
right.
dry meat
Beef
or
jerky.
anything in there?
What do you mean? I didn't hear you. I literally didn't hear.
So in my items, I have 1 day's worth of rations.
Okay.
So in it, is there dry beef, like a meat, or is it just?
Yes,
Yep.
you could whatever you want it to be. Now the can that you traded to the
Yeah,
kid,
that was that was picked up from the
right.
one guy.
So the rations you would choose what those are. The cans you don't know what was in
Yeah.
the cans, right? That's a
Correct.
random roll. But
Correct. Yeah, I given that.
this you
can
can make it whatever you want, right? It could be
Yeah, I want it to be like a package of dried, like a bag of like beef jerky type.
nice.
Yeah, well, we got plenty of beef jerky.
And you can tell these dogs. You can't quite tell how many, but you think it's 2. You hear the barks and they're echoing right as they're coming down this black tunnel towards you. You can hear them sliding and changing direction as they dodge and weave around these cars and things. So you can tell that they're definitely going to be on you here in another, 20 seconds.
So I'm thinking that I toss my jerky at them. If they stop, it might give us a chance to pop them,
Okay.
potentially scare them away, or unfortunately put them down. I mean,
Okay.
They're coming after blood.
Okay. So here we go. You just toss it out in the road.
mhm.
So they come racing out of the dark, sliding, skittering, and their nails on the concrete, and they go right over and attack this. And then they scuffle and fight each other for this jerky. It's just 2 of them, and they're caught up now fighting each other for this jerky.
Okay, if I'm seeing this, because I don't know what she was doing, all right?
Right.
I just told her to keep her pistol at her. We was about to have to
Right.
blow
Yes,
by.
you are. You're both seeing it. Yep.
Point blank. But when that beef jerky hits, they skitter, and I don't see the beef jerky, but they skitter to a stop. They're actually gnawing on something. So at this time, I'm a shoot basically. All right. Right.
Okay.
About how far away are they? Because I know that they're
12 feet.
they're center mass. They're like a blob. So I'm
Yep.
just shooting.
Yeah.
Yep. +1 to hit.
Okay, that's 5. So I got it.
Okay. So you kill one of these dogs. It screeches out, and the other dog skittles and takes that jerky, crosses the highway, and
Takes
leaps
the
over the
rainbow.
rail with this
Yeah.
jerky in its mouth.
All right.
So one's down. The other one just took off, left the rail into the countryside.
Oh,
You're
really?
welcome.
Yeah,
You're
with its
welcome.
jerky. Right, you're welcome. And right now, you don't hear anything else up the tunnel.
All right. Sarah says that. I kind of look down at her, and I'm obviously trying to grasp what the heck you're talking about. And this dog's running out, but I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth or a dog either. So
Right.
I'm like, I'm lifting you up by the arm. Let's get in here. They're
Yeah,
gone.
I follow him in there, and I'm bitching and moaning. That was the best jerky you can find, by the way. You owe me.
Nice.
All right.
So you guys get into this tunnel, and your eyes adjust a little bit. You can now see a couple old cars. Again, all this stuff has been. You can see where this used to be a clean highway, and somehow in the last few days, they have pushed and drug and pulled this stuff into the highway. They've they've positioned it to make it difficult for vehicles to drive through, right? You also hear as something like a metal hatch opening directly right above your heads at the top of the tunnel. You hear this, and then you see a streak of light shine in, and that also at the base of that you see a ladder, a stainless steel ladder that comes all the way down to the floor of the tunnel.
Okay, I mean, right time that it happens, because I would have been approaching very cautiously anyway.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
and it's saying under my breath, the senator must be hot as shit if they're willing to go through all this problem, this trouble to stop him. And then, but I'm looking, right time that happens, I'm up and I'm down on one knee and I'm looking, get down. So I'm kind of hiding in cover.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Going down.
I follow his lead. I get down.
Okay, and you see a head pop under and look, squinting, and then you see him go away, and then you see one foot come in, and the other foot, as they start sitting on the ladder, you see a rifle hanging on the back, and he comes down a couple, and then he stops, and he looks down to see if he can see anything, and then he starts coming down the ladder, and then he'll stop halfway and look to see if he can see anything below him.
Okay. Whenever
That's a heater. This is a heater.
Yeah, whenever he stops to look, I'm gonna let him get most of the way down the ladder.
I want to patch you the sword. That way it's not necessary using our ammo, but...
No, but you'll see a bead of sweat coming down the side of me like this, and I'm already so focused in. All right? Because I'm looking to see if that other SOB is following him down. Because if I can hit him in the Achilles heel when they're both
Right.
hanging on that ladder, it's better. So that's all you're going to be sitting at.
Yeah, and this tunnel's pretty high, so about halfway down, no sign of anybody following you down the ladder.
Okay. And he's about halfway down.
Mm-hmm. And he stops every few steps to look to make sure, someone's not sneaking up on the ladder or aiming at him or something. But he doesn't appear to see you wherever you're hidden.
Okay. How far away am I? You want me to roll that? As far as
25 feet? Oh, because he's up so high. So about
Yeah.
a total of maybe 35 feet.
okay.
He's probably 15 feet off the floor of the tunnel, and you're probably another 15 feet from him. So 30, 35 feet.
Okay. I would frog gig him, but somebody could be down there shooting down at me anyway. So I think I'm
Right.
going ahead and shooting him. All right.
Okay.
So this is where I'll pull the trigger when it gets a little
Okay.
lower. All right.
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
This reverberates through the tunnel. Bang! 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 Your
Yeah.
ears start to ring. You hear it echo through the tunnel.
God damn.
He immediately lets go and instantly kills him as he falls free. Falls about 15 feet. Bam! On the pavement. He's
Shoot at
laying
me.
there, clearly dead.
Shoot
You
at
better
me.
get-
And I'm looking at Sarah. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Is this worth it? Yeah, I'm kind of going nuts a
I
little.
go just like this. Yeah. You're going to need your ammo because you're
Yeah, I
about
mean,
out.
no, that's fine. That's fine.
Right.
I look at you like, what the hell? And then I run over there and I get a little bit closer to see if anybody's coming out. And I'm still posted up. All right.
Yeah. So you actually want to get under it?
Well, I don't. During that time while I'm walking, I want to see if somebody else hears this reverberation, pokes their heads out, and I'll be
If
trained
they
on
do,
that.
they're not. But no, nobody pokes their head out. Nobody breaks that sunshine
And
that's coming through.
Okay, I'm walking over there and I kick him just to make sure that he's dead. You know what I mean?
He completely. A little blood trickles from his mouth. His eyes are open. He's definitely got this rifle on his back.
Hey, does he have another sword? If does,
He has
that's
like a military knife, serrated, sharp old military knife.
I tell
I
him to
slipped that
bring me
knife.
back to me.
Well, I slipped that knife out of his thing while I'm looking down, and I start cutting the strap, because I obviously had it strapped on, so
Yep.
I could pull it free.
Yep.
And then-
And go ahead and make a roll for me. 1 or 2. You don't want a 1 or a 2, just so you know.
Okay, I got a 2.
Okay. The scope, when you pull the rifle away and up, and you look at you see the glass of the scope
Yeah.
break. So when it hit the ground, it broke the scope.
Yeah.
But the rifle appears to be in good shape.
Okay. I turn around at Sarah.
Yeah.
And then I jutted out to you. Cover me. I'm going up. Now, before I say that, how further along can we see with this tunnel?
It's dark. It's Eisenhower Tunnel, quite a
You got
ways.
that light on you?
What was that?
You got a light on you.
Yes,
a
I
flashlight.
pull out my flashlight.
Okay, and I'm still looking up and whatever like that. How far
Okay.
does it go down?
I click it on.
Yeah,
to
and
look.
peer down.
Make a mind check for me as you pop up with this flashlight
Yeah.
to look down the tunnel.
4.
You see-
I don't get it
You don't get it. Okay.
because I have a 5.
You see
okay.
diddly squat.
Well, but you have the flashlight, so we'll give you a +1 for that. So does that make it?
Yes.
Okay. So as you pop up with the light, you look down. You see movement. You can't quite make that out, but you do see somebody tall, and they're making their way, down the, looking your direction, and you can't quite make them out. They like flash up, but you see that they're tall, and then they seem to disappear behind something.
Okay.
There may have been more movement than that. It may not have been just that. It may have been some other movement as well. But that you did see the tall person.
Yeah, I'm not looking down there. I'm looking straight
Right.
up, so I don't see
Yeah, I
anything.
tell him that there's more of these efforts down there.
Where okay, all of a sudden I shrink.
Are
I
you
shrink
guys
back
whispering
down.
or are you guys talking normally?
No, I'm whispering.
Okay.
Okay, I shrink back down immediately on my knee, and I'm looking up, and I'm wanting to scoot away from this ladder. All right,
Okay.
and I'll back. I start back. Now I'm gonna stop for a second. Where?
I point in the direction and I whisper back about the tall guy and where he jumped down to.
Right. Pretty much in the middle of the tunnel is where you saw
How
the tall
far?
guy.
How far? Okay,
So
how
that's
far?
you'll have to make a mind check for that.
No, I'm looking at her, asking like.
No, I mean
Yeah.
her. She needs to make a mind check if she knows how far.
A 6! Yes!
Okay, so you look at him and you say, even with all these conditions, 45 feet.
All right. I'll say, you over there, and I'm gonna motion her. We need to get away from this ladder
Yeah.
to either side of it. All right. So either we can hit him, but this little bit of light that's coming down, at least it'll maybe let us see each other for hand gestures.
Right.
Hopefully. So
Right.
Just saying, you go over there, I'll go over here. and we'll
I
play it
follow
by
his
ear.
lead.
So you want to go down the edges of the tunnel.
Yeah, is what. Well, not. You know what I mean. If he's making forward movements, I don't want to give our position away necessarily. I'd rather him walk into their blind.
So
Right.
yeah, so we're moving just out of the light.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but
I
we're
got
in eyesight of each other. So
Okay.
we know where we are.
You hear Langdon. So as you guys move to the edges out of the light, you
Yeah.
hear directly right of you up the tunnel a bang against one of these car fenders or something, probably 30 feet from you. Bang.
Okay. All right. So I sent her to the right while I shrunk to the left. Is the way I had it in my brain. Okay.
Oh, so okay, so it's actually you, Sarah. You hear this bang on the right side of the tunnel,
Yeah.
30 feet from you, up the side of the tunnel.
I flash the flashlight on it because it's just my natural instinct
Right.
to like move.
Yep. Make a mind check for me, Langdon, on the left side.
Okay. Okay. I got a 6. I got it.
Okay, the minute she flashes that light up to see what banged,
Yeah.
you see a flash out of the corner of your eye as something comes down upon you, or grabbing you. So
Really?
make a nimble check.
All right. I got it with a 3.
Okay, so you get to go first, but somebody has stepped out and they're grabbing you.
Jeez, man, that's rough. All right.
You'll hear this, of course, right? This bang that you're flashing your light at, but he's across from you, and somebody's jumped on Langdon on the other side.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm turning around with my shotgun.
Okay.
I had both of them, and I handed it back. I handed the rifle back to her that said cover me originally at that intersection. So I got the shotgun with me.
Okay. Point blank +1.
Yeah. Okay, that's 5. So got him.
Whoo! Okay. Bang! You hit this. I think that's your last shotgun round, isn't it?
Yep, it is. It's the last one.
Point blank, blows this guy off you as he was trying to grab hold of you. You basically turn around, boom, blow him up and off of you. He hits the wall. You can now see him slide down as he falls into the light. It's a heater. It's just another one of these punks. But he was trying to grab hold of you. And he looks kind of as he slides down, looking at you like he can't believe it. He looks down and he says, Joe, and boom, falls over as he basically whimpers Joe. He cries out Joe.
I look at him waiting for his final light to go out, while I'm looking down because it startled the crap out of me.
And of course you hear, Donnie, as you flash at that noise, you hear bam out of the corner of your eyes as his shotgun goes off.
Yeah.
Right, I shout out, "Are you
back
okay?"
and see this guy fall. You hear him yell, not yell, but you hear him splurt out his last breath, Joe.
Okay, it surprised me. So after it went off, and he slides down, I'm breaking it in half after a second of realization because I was just like that, and I realized I'm pointing with an empty gun.
Right.
So I set it down, and then I crawl over there and grab the other rifle from the other guys, and I'm checking it, but I'm nervously looking forward. I'm looking over at
asking
Sarah
if he's
too.
okay over there.
Watch yourself. And I'm pointing to the heater that is dropped. You know what I mean? You can see me in a little bit of the light shade coming out.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Does he have it? I shout out. Does he have anything on him? Because I'm getting low.
No. He came at me with he just tried to grab me basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he has his normal heater stuff. He might have a canteen and a pack, but nothing like armor. I mean, no armor, no. Right.
But I'm not really sufficiently answering your query, because I'm too rattled, what?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm looking up at this hole too, because that's got my attention somewhat.
Right.
Like every sale we make,
you're looking up.
Yeah, I'm looking up. I'm looking down the thing. I'm
Right.
like that,
So
like a
I
squirrel.
look back at the in the direction of where I heard the one thing that I
Okay,
flashed
make
my
a
light
nimble check for initiative as you flash that light back to where you heard the original bang.
to. 5.
Okay, so you flash it back just in time to hear somebody running across the top of one of these cars. Bang, bang. Their feet hit. Bang, bang. As they're leaping out of the air at you, Sarah. As you flash this light back, you see it just in time.
Yeah.
So you have time to react as he's crossing this car.
I want to shoot.
Okay. Point blank, +1.
Okay. Ooh, 6 + 1, 7.
Again, just in time. You put a bullet in his heart, kills him instantly. He twists and rides and bounces off the hood of this car, slides down at your feet, and it just dead in his eyes. I mean, it killed him instantly.
These guys are worse than cockroaches. God damn.
Popping them off.
They are just minions. There could be a lot of them though. That's the problem, right? Minions are dangerous by numbers.
Exactly.
All right.
At this point, again, you're watching up, right? Because every time some noise comes, you nervously look back up, right?
Oh yeah.
Suddenly that goes dark, and that bang, you hear that hatch bang shut.
Okay, yeah, I'm picturing this guy that was flying across there because I was about to shoot. He gets somewhat partially illuminated, and then it goes dark.
Right.
And then I hear the clink, and then I hear his body drop, and I look up. Somebody up there. And then I'm still back and forth, all right? So, and this time it's quiet in here, and I'm listening.
Yep.
Right.
Make
for
roll.
anything.
Both of you make mind rolls.
I got a 6. I'm good.
3. So no good.
Okay, you do hear. You hear what sounds like boots on pavement sliding. Up into the tunnel, down the tunnel, close,
Sliding?
15 feet. 15 feet. Well, like they're shuffling on the pavement. And I mean, it's 15 feet from you guys.
All right,
So
that's
I don't
close.
hear it, I assume, because I failed the roll.
No, you don't hear it.
It's-
This is
yeah.
This is
Okay, you see me stop. I mean, when you're, obviously, you just blew him and he hit the top of it and rolled. And then you'll see me switch my head to the side real quick. And I'm going to roll around anything that I'm up against. Okay? Because I'm thinking they're just on the other side of the vehicle.
right?
Yeah. And I got it up and halfway down, and I'm wanting to pick out the other side. All right?
Okay. Make a roll for this.
All right, that's 2.
Okay, so as you spin around and look, you don't see anything, but you hear somebody cocking a hammer on a pistol, and this now 12 feet from you, in the dark.
All right. Now, as far as my direction, can I roll and kind of see if it's at least in front of me?
Well, you can hear that it's in front of you, in the darkness, but you didn't see anything.
Okay.
Can I see
I'm
them
gonna go ahead and
rolling
shoot.
around?
I'm gonna go ahead and shoot.
Make
all
a
right?
mind check, Donnie, to see if you heard the click of the hammer of the gun.
6.
Okay, so you heard that as he moved around the car. You didn't know, you didn't hear why he moved around the car, but then you heard this, you heard this echo, this hammer being pulled back.
I want to shine the light where I heard the clicking of the hammer.
Okay, and you see, make a.
Now
I think you do. I think you know Crazy Joe, don't you? You've probably seen
Yeah.
it. I don't believe the pilot ever has. Crouched, probably 10 feet from you.
Now
behind-
before I say this, I hate to interrupt you. Just, I'm just
Oh,
saying,
yeah, go ahead.
I am going to be, because I'm so keyed up right
Sure,
now.
of course,
just
yeah.
had to. I'm going to be pulling the trigger. This could happen. She can illuminate it, and we can see
Yep.
it. But
Yep, you're just randomly shooting.
yeah, it wasn't like that. It's just because I'm so keyed up. I'm already like that. Then I hear a click, so it's like it's going to cause me to.
Right. So we'll give. So if, I mean, you mean you literally want to just fire randomly?
Well, I would like to say if it illuminates, I'd like to roll and see if I can stop myself from doing it like a mind
Gotcha.
check.
Oh, gotcha.
You see what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Yep.
If it
Yep.
makes it-
And so you go ahead and make that roll. That's going to be a mind, like a control check, mind check.
yeah, I just wanted to say that before you did the reveal.
Gotcha.
basically.
Yep.
Okay, that's a 4. So I do no.
Okay, so
Almost.
you pop this. So let's just make a random check
Yeah.
at -2 as it's almost like you lost control and just fired the minute you saw that light up, right?
Exactly. That was a 6.
Ooh,
and a minus
what-
2. I
What's
don't
your
know
nimble? Your nimble is
it's-
3.
Yeah, 3. So yeah.
Okay, so you see as you illuminate this, because almost like simultaneous, you illuminate it, bang, your buddy fires off a shot, and you see as he looks at when that light hits him, he looks at you. You guys make eye contact, and it's Crazy Joe. He's ducked down behind the bumper of a car with a large pistol with a scope on it. He's got it cocked, and he kind of smiles at you as you see him spin away behind the car out of your sight, but you know he's been hit by your partner's shot.
Oh,
I
geez.
run straight to him, like
Ooh!
charging.
Okay, make a nimble check into the darkness. Okay,
Well, I have my
Us-
flashlight.
right.
My
No,
irises
but I
are
mean
like
you're
that
just
big.
seeing. You guys make nimbles checks.
My irises are that big. I saw muzzle flash and
Five.
illumination.
5.
Woo!
A 5 with me too.
Okay, and you actually wounded Crazy Joe with a random shot. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
even know who he is. But yeah, I just think it's a heater or somebody.
Yeah, but she recognized him immediately. Okay, so you win initiative. Both of you win initiative. You're racing toward him in the dark. What do you want to do? Because when he got shot, he kind of stayed crouched and spun away behind the other side of the car, so you couldn't shoot at him.
Yeah. So I want to run to him, but
Yep.
I want to switch out because I've been shooting with my regular bullets, and I've saved those 2
Oh,
bullets
nice.
that the 2 wounds, and I want to
Okay.
load it with them.
Okay, so this house, you got 2 actions. This is how it has to happen. To do that, you got to throw that flashlight down, right? You got to fumble these out and open up this weapon and start putting in ammo. So those are your 2 turns as you run toward him, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you're literally going to be feet away from him when you get there with this gun. Okay, it's you, Langdon.
Okay,
And you can see she has to throw this flashlight down to 2-hand to load this gun as she's running.
Yeah, honestly, by the time she gets running, that's just going to be registering in my brain.
Right.
But what is really going on here is I just had we both kind of surprised each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
His face lit up momentarily. I don't know who he is. I fired. He spun. I know I hit him, but I don't know if he hit me. That's what's going through my mind just to say when I spin around, I want to spin around in a defensive posture like I stuck myself out a little bit too early. So I'm spinning back around there and readjusting with the gun. All right?
Okay.
And I'll be looking for somebody to pop out.
Okay, so that's 1 action. So you want to hold an action?
Yeah, that's appropriate. Hold an action, and that's about when I hear her running through there. I'm like, what the hell?
Okay.
You know.
So you see him step up, and he's big. He towers over her by a foot. He steps up out of the dark, and you see him reach for her. He's got a pistol in one hand. He's reaching with his other. So before he makes this roll, you have a chance to do something with this hold action.
Okay, that's when I'm seeing him rise up and I'm seeing her running. I don't know who this dude is, but he's enormous. Even bigger than that guy that came into the cage with me.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to shoot again and see what we can do.
Okay.
Oh, no. That was a 2.
Okay, so this rings out, and as you're loading this gun, he reaches out to grab you with his brawn. Grabs you. So you have to use brawn now, Sarah, on your next turn to break this hold. He spins you. He basically grabs you, crushes you, spins you around, and sticks his gun to the side of your head on this turn.
Okay.
Okay, so he's got you here, right? You've come running right into his arm.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So now let's roll initiative because this is pretty tight stuff,
Yeah.
right? You guys roll again because now we're getting into some tight confines.
Oh, no. It's a 1 for me.
tactics.
Gee, sorry.
3.
That's still you still succeeded. So you still go first, Donnie. He's literally pulled you in. He's got you crushed in. He's got a gun at your temple.
All right. So, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get out of this so I can aim for a shot. So
Okay.
If you
So
said
you need to
brawn-
roll a brawn check. Yep.
6.
Oh, so you push free.
Kicks him
That's
in the
one
groin.
action. So that's 1 action. You basically fight him free. As literally slow mo, like you're pushing away. So he's got this gun trained on your temple, but you still have another action.
So with that action, I can point the gun right and take a
Well,
shot.
you could, you can just fire, yeah.
So I'm point the gun and fire at him, and as I pull the trigger, I say, "Be sure to tell my family I say hello."
Oh, shit.
And roll 3. And roll 3.
Nice. So that's 2 wounds. He spins. Boom, you shoot him in the chest. His eyes, get big. Nobody's ever, he stumbles back, waving his gun. He's still up, holding this wound, and he fires again at you now, point blank. Oh, 6.
Oh, man.
Dang. So that's a wound. That's 1 wound for you. So this is like Woo. This is like a John Woo moment, right?
Yeah.
You're like point blank, boom. Right, John Woo. That's awesome. So he shoots you in the shoulder. You shoot him in the gut. Okay, it is your go. You literally are seeing muzzle fire in the dark.
Now, this I
Like
don't
that
know
now.
how many how much ammunition I have. I've just fired off 2 from that gun I picked from that guy, right?
Yeah,
So
this
I
is
could be
this is
SOL.
bolt action with a clip, so it has 3 left.
Okay.
So it's a bolt action sniper with a
and
like
that's
a
what I'm
small
doing. I'm sliding the bolt and getting it into place. Now,
Yep.
is that an action in itself?
No,
Okay.
No.
But I'm
reloading it would be an action. This is normal. You fire, you bolt action. fire.
taking a chance to aim on this because
Okay.
she is in close proximity to him.
Yep.
And I was wanting
Yep.
to make sure I hit him as
Right.
I see her knee him in the groin and then
Yeah.
she's backing up
Yeah.
and I let go.
Right. Need him in the groin and said, "Have this."
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh.
like she's pulling back from him. He's a big old boy, but like
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, again, you just literally see muzzle flash, and echoing. Your ears are ringing. You're
Yeah.
blinded by muzzle flash as you're trying to
smoke
find
wisp
him.
all through there and
Yep.
very little light. Like
Right.
that, I'm sure that
Right.
all right. Here. Oh geez, 2.
Okay,
Oh.
so you fire off into the dark. You hear it hit something. You pray to God it hit him and not her, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, initiative. Next round.
6 again. Woo! I like this
2.
dice.
2.
Awesome. Okay, so you get to go first, then him, then Langdon again.
Oh
Last.
man, wait a minute. I've been using this pink dye. Yeah.
I have retired the pink dye. It's over here. So I'm using a purple and green dye. right
Okay,
now.
I'll
Nice.
switch to the blue. Maybe.
Okay, you've
Maybe
got
blue-blooded.
initiative there, Sarah.
I want to pull out it and shoot one more time.
Okay, do it.
And a 2. Oh,
Point blank +1, so you hit.
woo!
Bang! Again, he stumbles back. Second bullet into his abdomen as he's at this point he's starting to lean forward, and he fires point blank.
She's probably on the top of a
6.
hood of a car or something.
He puts another bullet, unfortunately, into you, Sarah. Right?
And I'm
And
down to 2. Yeah.
again, you see 2 more flashes, Langdon. It's like bang, 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 bang. And it's
Yeah.
you're deaf. You don't even know. You're blinded by these flashes. You just know that these 2 are literally point blank shooting at each other. Right?
Yeah, I know. I'm sure it's just getting musty and
Lord,
everything.
chaos.
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
All right.
Woo.
I'm again just shooting where the muzzle flash was that he came from because I saw them separate. Right.
Right.
Hey, I got a 6.
Oh.
Finally.
You, from your perspective, Sarah, in this
Yeah.
this almost slow motion, bang, 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 bang. You see the top of his head just
Drift
explode away, and his eyes, get huge and then he just kind of stumbles towards you, reaching out, blood pouring from his mouth, and then he drops to one knee, and even when he drops to one knee, second knee, still looking at you, he's now your height, like nose to nose with you. Half his skull's gone, just kind of teetering there.
All right, so I want to go at this point because I know he's pretty much a goner. Because I still have that sword. I want to drop my gun, pull out the sword, and with all my might, just try to cleave his head off.
Woo! Yeah,
Jeez.
that you can do that. Yeah, and his body falls away.
4. So if
Nice.
I'm right, if I have a brawl of 4 plus,
Yep.
I have to get 4. Woo!
4
Yep.
more.
I
Yeah.
just did it.
So you clean, and his body starts to fall away, and his head's the last to go. Right as it falls, so he comes down on his side, and his head follows him to the floor. And all you smell is sulfur from these
Yeah.
bullets. It's full of smoke. Your ears are ringing. You're wounded. You don't even notice the pain yet, right? The adrenaline is pumping. And in a few minutes, you realize, you're sweating profusely as your body goes into shock from these bullet wounds, right?
Jeez.
I want to kind of now collapse down, start crying, like blatantly, like he could hear me crying.
Right.
And I take out that key and I kiss that key.
Oh, nice.
And I go, "It is finished, Mom and Dad." Just like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. Now, as far as me, I can see a little bit of the forms of what's going on. The big man falling over,
Yeah.
and I almost feel the bullet, hit and impact. And
Right.
then I hear her crying or whatever, and I'm just surveying, and I hear her crying, and I'm gonna run up to you and, Sarah, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm patting you down and whatever like that.
I just look up to you and I'm just like, I'm great. Couldn't be more better.
Okay.
I mean, she's it's
she's
counter.
euphoric,
I mean,
but I'm wondering if it's because she's in a state like
Right.
shock.
right,
So
because she's covered in blood. I mean,
yeah,
she's
exactly.
bleeding.
That's
from-
what
yeah,
I'm
right.
looking all over her
Yeah.
for any kind of like that. And obviously, when she took his head off, she probably got sprayed anyway. But
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's like covered in his blood, her
yeah,
blood.
it's like a bucket of blood. I'm like, oh my god, you know what I mean? And I
yeah,
grab
you think
her.
she's dying, right?
Yeah, I'll grab her by the arms and I'm pulling her away to the side. You know what I mean? And I'm checking you for.
Gosh, you don't have to be so damn rough. Like, I kind of get up with him as he's pulling me.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I'm
Right.
limping.
All I'm
Nice.
thinking is we got to get out of this tunnel. You know what I mean? And I'm looking up still there, and I'm pulling you. I don't know this dude is who he is. All right.
Right.
So
I grab his head and I go, in case you have never met him, say hi to Joe. Just like that.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I step back in horror and look at it. You know what I mean? As they're
Right.
holding it. This woman is holding up that head. So my jaw kind of just like goes down and lowers. All right. So it'll take me a second to calculate that. All right.
Right.
Before I snap out of it and then start looking. We need to get out of here.
Right.
You've done
I,
your
I
job.
think- I think that's a good. Let's. You guys want to narrate how you return home?
yeah, I'm throwing his head in my bag.
Right.
Gee whiz.
He left a. He left a pistol with a scope. Right. Very nice hand cannon with a scope.
I hand that to you. You can have that. I just want my sword and just
Right.
put the sword. I pick up my gun that I did drop down, though.
Right.
Okay. Now I'm still worried about the dude that shut the thing up top. You know what I mean?
Right.
So as far as leaving out, I don't want to get pot shot out in the back. So in my
Right.
mind, I still have to
Yeah.
clear this at least.
Right. Yeah. So we'll just narrate. You carefully carry her out from cover to cover. No
Yeah.
no noise. No shots. You get her to the motorcycle. Load her up. Kick it into gear, and 30 minutes later, you arrive back at.
Yeah. All the time
Fargo.
I was kind of looking over my shoulder
Oh yeah.
as far
Oh, yeah.
as even when we first went out there to see if anybody was going to be shooting,
Right.
and then even listening while it's in there, and I just
Right.
think I got a hysterical woman. No
Yeah.
matter what's happening, just shoving a head in her bag and everything like that.
Right.
She's all bloody and clinging
Right,
on to me. You went crazy. You know what I mean? And I'll say this
Right.
as we're pulling
went
into
crazy.
Yeah.
town. And I pull up
And
to
she's
the,
crying the whole time in
Yeah.
happiness and in joy. Right?
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
know,
so you
she's
think she's
freaking
crying 'cause
crazy.
she's dying.
And I'm pulling up. I pull up to the what's his face? I keep
Chuck?
forgetting that dude, Chuck. I
Yeah.
can't get his name. Chuck's or
Yeah,
whatever like that.
Chuck comes out. It sees her. She's covered in blood. She's bleeding. She's maybe crying.
Yeah,
and he
laughing and
immediately
crying.
says, "You've got to take her to District 26 to the hospital. We can't
I
care
go,
for her."
wait. I have something for you. But you're going to need to get your finest stuff because it's going to need that to preserve this in a jar on the bar. And I kind of pull over my bag and hand over the head.
He takes it and he looks at you, Langdon.
Now I am upset. I'm gonna roll to see what's gonna happen to me when you do that. Okay?
Yeah,
Because before, in my mind, I'm thinking that you just kind of did that, and I was.
yeah,
It was surreal, like it really didn't happen.
right.
So when I see you fish that out, I turn around and start retching and vomiting in the street as quarter to dice. Okay.
Oh,
So like that, I'll be turning over and doing that.
You might need something to drink.
yeah. Chuck's eyes get huge, and he grabs it. Crazy Joe. Yeah, and he reaches it up, and he runs out front. Crazy, and he's hopping around. This old man, this 58-year-old, man is jumping around. Crazy Jack, Crazy Jack. Oh, she did it. Oh, and he's running around. And the village pours out. JK, of course, is dancing and screaming because he knows now Crazy Joe ain't coming for him. Right? And you would have known. Well, no, you would have never met Crazy Joe.
I never met him.
JK
No,
did.
I just knew he was
So
right.
I turned to him and I go, by the way, the story, he killed my whole family just like that.
Oh, and they, he embraces you and Chuck is dancing. He's outside dancing in the street. Everybody's running.
I've just walked off. And I've walked into the bar, and I'm behind the bar pouring my own little drink.
Right.
And it's time.
Right.
And the bar's empty. It's just me in there, and I sit down.
Right. Yeah, everybody else left the bar celebrating. They're dragging her out. She's bleeding to death, but they're dragging her out. Yeah. And fade to black.
Yeah, I'm like, this
And
is
then the
crazy.
music raises and the credits roll.
Nice.
Nice. That was awesome.
All right.
That was great.
That was awesome. Holy
All right.
cow.
Well, thanks
Love it.
everybody for joining. I'll go ahead and sign off here real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate
That's
it,
awesome.
Jason.
Let me stop the recording too.
Tommy?
And then we can chat. We can
Yeah,
chat
I'll
a
take
sec.
care now.